this. I'm not
I
muted.
just, the only thing with, oh, can they hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
There we go. Got it working. We're good. We're good. Um, hello. I'm gonna move my
Hello.
mic a little closer. Who's ready for Three Hopes on Friday? I'm so excited. It's gonna be so much
Woo!
fun. I've been wanting to do this stream for a while, just because I love Fire Emblem and I want to talk about it because I have many thoughts, many, many thoughts.
Uh-huh.
um, so we're gonna do a couple things tonight, like mostly making tier lists. Uh, I have a tier list all set to make one for each of the characters. I'll probably do one for like the four roots, not um, and you'll also give your thoughts on characters and the routes that you've done. So I've played Fire Emblem. I beat the game 10 times now. I'm playing my 11th. I've done the Golden Deer twice, and that's the one I'm doing right now. I've done the Black Eagles twice. I've done Silver Snow once, and then the rest have all been the Blue Lions.
You've only done Silver Snow once?
Yeah, because
Do you, do you,
the way I was doing it was because I was doing a run where I would recruit nobody and then recruit everybody. But the thing about Silver Snow is because I was doing just the faculty in Silver Snow, but you don't start with any faculty members, so and you have other students recruited, so like there was no point in doing a whole nother run, like because it was already like not just a no recruit run, so I like no extra characters run, so it was kind of already tainted, and so I didn't do it again, and I only did it once. Um, I only did Silver Snow once, um, and then the rest of them in the Blue Lions. So I like to think that I know that route pretty well. Um, so when I did like my first matting run, I did it on the Blue Lions because I knew it like the back of my hand. So and now you have played.
I did the Blue Lions once on your Switch. um, and on my own, I'm like almost done with my first run through of the Golden Deer. So I've played like 1.5 routes. I've not done Black Eagles and I've not done Silver Snow.
Um, I know because the first time I played, it was doing the Blue Lions on my sister's Switch. And then I got the game for myself. So I ran the Blue Lions once without recruiting anybody, and then I ran it again recruiting everybody. Then did the same thing with the Golden Deer twice, same thing with Black Eagles twice. Then I did Silver Snow once, and then I did the Blue Lions. I just went back to the Blue Lions and did it again because I missed them. I missed the Blue Lions, that's what 1, 2. That's 9, and so then, or 8. And then I did the Blue Lions twice, I guess. And the second one was Maddening, but it was Maddening with New Game Plus, so now I am doing Maddening no New Game Plus. So I've played a lot of Three Houses, so I'm pretty sure I might know what I'm doing. I might know what I'm talking about. I have played it. I have over 700 hours clocked. I'm not the greatest at the game, but I get by.
I mean, yeah, you've done maddening runs, like classic maddening.
Yeah, well, I did one, but that was again with New Game Plus.
Yeah.
I'm only doing no New Game Plus now for the first time, and I'm going to get the Yellow Sothis Throne light. I'm gonna get the slight alteration to my title screen. I'm gonna do it. Believe in myself. So, I do have a tier list here all ready to go. It's all the characters, but I've kind of randomized it a little bit. So it's not just like all the Blue Lions, then all the Golden Deer. It's everyone's in there a little askew. I did not really put much thought. I didn't put any thought into it, as a matter of fact. I kind of just threw people into a tier and just kind of randomized it entirely. So going to go in order of who's here, right? Like, what order I have them in at that randomness. Yeah. So first up is Dedue. Dedue is... he's a very solid character for me.
Wait, is this how much we like them or how good they are as units?
It's okay. I should explain this. That's a good point. So it is entirely just like personal opinion. Whatever has affected your opinion in any way, for the most part, that will be personality. There's a few people here who their skills and their combat and their utility have really affected my opinion of them. In positive or negative ways. So it's both. It's just kind of whatever has affected your opinion the most.
Okay. Which
Dedue as a combat unit, I don't really like to use him in combat. Like, there's just nothing that he does that I'm very much a dodge tank heavy person, which you will see from his tier list, as all the dodge tanks go towards the top very quickly. And he's definitely not a dodge tank. And I don't really like the classic tank. And so usually Dedue ends up just being like a guard adjutant for Dimitri or someone else on the field, rather than being like an actual combat oriented unit.
That was the same when I played through Blue Lions. Like, my Dedue, like, you remember, I just made him like a guard adjutant after a while, because it's like, especially I was playing like easy.
I think his
mode,
yeah, and you really don't need defense in easy mode.
No.
I think his personal skill, weight, giving him defense +4, I think that can be really useful in early game, but outside of that, like, it kind of falls off after a bit, and I don't find much utility in it in later portions of the game, so he's definitely a unit that falls off for me for after not too long, and does just end up becoming a guard adjutant. And as a character, I love Dedue. There's something really about him that interests me personally. Like he's just not my type of character, but like, I remember my first run, when Dedue goes away in the Blue Lions, it's like, I mean, you can support him, so like, I highly doubt he's gone forever, but I had been cooking with him every week, or every explore, and I was just like, no, I don't have anybody to cook with anymore, because I know Ash likes cooking, and gets like a boost from cooking, but it was like, I cooked with Dedue all the time, and now I can't cook with Dedue anymore. So I'd say he's probably a solid like B tier unit for me. Like, again, I think he's a very well written character, and he's a very good character. He's just not my type of character, really. And I'm gonna move on to Caspar. I thought I was gonna hate Caspar. I did not. He is not my type of character.
Like the rambunctious little guy?
Yeah.
You don't like a rambunctious little guy?
I don't dislike a rambunctious little guy, but I don't have any particular positive feelings towards one. So I was like, going into Crimson Flower or Black Eagles, I was like, I'm not gonna like Caspar. I'm not gonna enjoy using him at all.
Wow.
I definitely did not like Gauntlet users for the majority of my playthroughs, and then later learned to love Gauntlet users. So that was another thing where I thought I was really gonna dislike him because he was a Gauntlet user, and then I played Black Eagles, and I was like, this guy is so funny. I love him.
He is, isn't he?
He's funny. He's just like there, being like a chill guy. Like, Not a chill guy. Not a chill guy. Not what I meant to say. So he's not my favorite character. He's not my favorite Black Eagle. But he definitely jumped in quality for me when I played the Black Eagles, where I really thought I was not going to like him. I should probably say this. When I make a tier list, I usually like to do, whatever in A, B, C, and D tier. For S and F tier, I will do 3 characters in each. No more, no less.
Make a nice bell curve.
Yes. So it will just be 3 and 3. That's it. So sometimes I have to force myself to put people. Usually it's pretty easy for it's a lot of forcing myself not to put more than 3 characters in S tier, and trying and forcing myself to put 3 characters in F tier, because there aren't very many characters that I actively dislike. In this game there are a couple, but again, this will be my personal opinion, so there will be 3 characters in F tier, and they can't all be Gilbert. So, bear with me. I'm sorry if I put your favorite character in F tier. Some characters just don't speak to me the way that they do other people. Next character, what?
What are you, like, you put Caspar in front of Dedue? Is that because you like Caspar a little better than Dedue?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, alright. I didn't know if you were, like, putting them all in order.
No, those rankings are... Yeah, I am. Those rankings are all gonna be, like, very, like, this is what I'm feeling right now. Like, swapping characters within a tier could change at any moment, honestly. It's just kind of what I'm feeling in the moment. So yes, right this second, I like Caspar a little bit more than Dedue. Flane's a C tier unit, or C tier character for me. I think she's a fun unit in combat. She's got some interesting utility with, like, rescue and all that. I think she doesn't get Physic, which is annoying to me, because Physic is very helpful. But she does get Fortify, which is always nice, but I'd rather just use Mercedes then, because she gets Physic, and I personally really like her personal skill as opposed to Lily's Poise. I think that's what it's called. I don't really think there's anything wrong with Flane. I think her supports with Felix I like, because they're, like, funny, and her supports with Ferdinand, like, she has some really good supports, but outside of that, there's really nothing about Flane that I'm like, oh, love her. Like, she's just there a lot of the time.
Yeah. I feel like her personality is, like, I don't know, she's cute and all.
Mm-hmm.
She's sometimes a little off-putting, though, which I think is on purpose.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 100%, yeah.
But, yeah. I think she's cute, though.
On to the next character. Liam, what are your thoughts on Ash?
Ash? My little guy? My little fella?
Ash was the first character US supported, correct?
Yeah. I didn't even like him at first. I don't remember why. I think I just, like, jokingly was like, oh, look at the fucking guy.
I remember when we were first playing, and you got to him in the greenhouse, and he's like, do you like plants? And you were like, no. Knowing full well that you would be missing out on support with him. You were like, I know he wants me to pick the other option. I don't care. And you were like, I don't like this little guy. And then I accidentally saved over your file, and we had to restart. And all of a sudden you were like, oh my god, Ash? Oh, I love Ash.
Well, okay, what it was he did this little thing where he was just like, I opened up the roster menu, and he was just sat there, front and center, with his, like, little hands, like, just, like, cupped in front of him, looking so shy and cute. It's like, oh, little fella. I don't know what it was. It was literally just, like, because he was just standing there front and center with his, like, hands, like, just, like, held in front of him. He was just like, I don't know.
See, I feel like now the way that I randomized it, I didn't put any characters that I liked near the top when I did it. So now they're all like B and C tier. Like they're all very mid tier to me. Ash is cute. Not a lot of the characters in S and A tier will be the characters that like I specifically said I am going to S support them. Ash not one of them. I think he's a really sweet character. I really like his character. He's just another character that just doesn't really do it for me. Because we all have our personal preferences and he just doesn't fit mine. The next character though, here's finally like an A tier unit. We love Lysithea.
Oh my god, we do love Lysithea.
She's like fine as a character. Like I think all the characters in this game are relatively well written. Some more so than others, and I think Lysithea is. I really do like her personality, but nothing about her made me like, oh, I'm going to S support her. However, then you get to her in combat, and even though I'm not really a glass cannon person, I will use glass cannons because they're very nice to use. I, again, love the gameplay of using dodge tanks. You can get a lot out of Lysithea. She is a very like she's one of the characters that's like her personality, and then you get to her combat and it's like, oh my god. Whew.
She's like insane in combat.
Yes. She's one of the people who are really brought up by her combat utility.
She was one of the few people I recruited and used in my Blue Lions run.
Ferdinand von Eyre. He's another character that I haven't S supported, but I do like he's high on the list of people who are coming up to S support in future runs, because I have wanted to S support his character for a while, but I just haven't done it yet because I prioritized other characters. But I really like Ferdy. I love his post-time skip design. I love the long hair. Ferdinand's funny. Him and Hubert are good together. I love their supports and how their characters bounce off each other, being very opposite characters. And I think he's a very fun contrarian character. Which the contrarian characters are usually good in this game. And I think Ferdinand does it really well. His I'm going to defeat Edelgard one day, and Edelgard being like, I don't care about Ferdinand, I think is really funny. One of my favorite dynamics.
Who? Oh, Ferdinand? Oh yeah, that guy.
So he's a very good character. Manuela is a character that I did go out of my way to S support. I love Manuela. I don't know what it is about her. Yeah, I have no idea what it. No clue what it is about her. I think I supported her in my Silver Snow run. I could not tell you what it is. I think she's really funny. I think she's really fun. She's very pretty. I really like Manuela. I don't have a lot to say about her though, interestingly enough, which is probably why out of my like S supported characters, she's probably one of the lower ones, just because I don't have a lot to say about her. I just like her. I think she's fun. Ingrid's another character where it's like her combat really brings her up for me. I know people are like, Ingrid, her strength growths suck. Like, you can't get anything out of her because of her strength growths, blah, blah, blah. I have never once had a problem with Ingrid's strength. And usually I can throw Ingrid in there, give her the Chalice of Beginnings, give her Alert Stance, and just put her in a crowd of people, even on Maddening mode, and she'll dodge everything. And it's amazing.
Ingrid, I really like fighting with Ingrid.
I get so much out of her, like, combat. And I know people are like, no, Ingrid's bad because of her strength growth. I don't care. I love her. She's so good in combat. I usually end up just giving her all of my strength stat boosters, which probably helps. But she's also like a good outlet for, I don't want to decide who to give all my stat boosters too. So all my strength boosters can go to Ingrid because that's an easy choice to make. But I have no idea how much that makes a difference. But I really like her gameplay, and I know she's supposed to have bad strength growth, but she just doesn't for me. Maybe I just get lucky. Maybe it's the stat boosters. And she slays on the battlefield.
No, I mean, when I used Ingrid, like in my first run, I think I gave her like a normal amount of stat boosters. Like I tried to spread them between my whole team, and she was still like one of my best units. So yeah, but also I was playing on easy, so not really the best metric.
We have our first F tier unit. I'm really sorry, guys.
No, he's just a little fella.
This, just they can't see the to be ranked section. Besides, like the very tip tops of the heads. This character, I'm sorry. He was fine when I first met him, and then I did the Golden Deer route for the first time without recruiting anybody. And I didn't know who to make my dancer. I didn't know what to do with him. I had no idea what class to put him in because this was my my third time ever, fourth time ever playing a Fire Emblem game in general. I realized that number just kept going up. It's fine. But it was my fourth time ever playing. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea what the best classes were, outside of like people's canon classes. So I was like, I already have a bow knight in Leone, so I don't know where else to put him. I guess I'll make him my dancer. And going to the Golden Deer route without a dancer sucks. Because he lost the competition. Right? He lost. And I recognize that's probably my fault. I probably didn't give enough charm. Probably didn't take him to tea enough. Like, I did the dance with him. I took him to tea right beforehand. Like, what else do you want from me, Ignatz? What else do you need to win this stupid competition? So, I gave him the Golden Deer bracelet.
You gave him the bracelet too? Oh, yeah, then... Fuck Ignatz.
Yeah.
I like Ignatz though. He's he's kind of like the Ash equivalent of the Golden Deer. He's like the little fella archer.
I definitely like Ash more than Ignatz.
Oh, me too. I don't really know Bernadetta that well, but I also like Bernadetta, I think, better than Ignatz. But actually, Bernadetta is kind of
losing the dance competition, he probably would be in D tier. But him losing the dance competition for me really,
I can't even fucking imagine just not having a dancer. Like, that'd be so annoying. Oh my god, that's so funny.
I'm sorry, Ignatz lovers. Listen, he's a fine character. He just lost the dance competition, and I'm not interested in him at all. So, sue me. This one's pretty easy. I could not imagine anyone disagreeing with me on that one. Bad dad alert.
A lot of characters in this game have very tragic relationships when it comes to parents. I really like all the dead parents more than Gilbert.
To Fire Emblem. Well, like Fire Emblem has some very. You know what? I'm going to put Alois on here too, because he's also a dad, and I want to talk about Alois. Because Alois, I think probably, I know he's supposed to be like a really good dad and all that, and I really do, I find him funny, and I think he's very cheerful and happy, and I think that's nice. But, he feels very irrelevant. Like, I know he's the one, at the beginning, he's the one who brings you to the school, and then is like, you should make her a teacher, or make them a teacher, and then he's there for the rest of the game. He's sad when Geralt dies. You can recruit him, and then he's in your team. And I think the thing about it is like I know he's like canonically like a good dad in a very tell don't show kind of way, where it's kind of just like he kind of talks about his kids. And they're like, yeah, look, see, he's such a good dad. And it's like, in this game, when you have characters like Geralt, like, he's just kind of outshone by parents that are shown in the game.
I didn't even realize he had a kid. I don't know anything about Alois.
Like, he's definitely Rodrigue is a great dad to Dimitri. Um, so, like, Rodrigue's in there, Lambert's, like, even shown a little bit, and I think, Alois feels very irrelevant, and I don't feel like you get enough of him for me to put him higher on this list. Moving on. Sylvain, I don't know if he's top of B tier or bottom of A tier. I'm gonna put him at the top of B tier just because there's less characters in B tier. So he may move. I really like Sylvain. Again, not a character that I've like supported or anything, but I think he's neat. I really like how they make him appear very one-dimensional at the beginning of the game, and then where he's just like the womanizer guy, and then you go through supports with him, and he hates women, but not in like a misogynistic way. In like well, that sounds really bad. He doesn't hate. He hates the way that he's been treated by a lot of women, I should say. I don't know how to explain it now.
I'm not exactly sure what you're trying to say.
He doesn't hate women. He hates the women who go after him for his crest. And I like his supports with Mercedes. I think it's really funny that this like womanizer character has like the least amount of endings outside of like a root specific character or like a teacher. I think he's the student, the recruitable student with the least amount of endings, I think.
Really? I would have thought he would have an ending with, like, every woman.
Mm-mm.
And some men.
He has an ending with Mercedes and Ingrid and Dorothea, I think. And Felix.
That's it?
Well, and Felix. And is there another guy who... hold on. I'm going to Google his endings. Give me a second.
I thought he had one with the golden deer, too. Maybe I'm just mistaken, though.
He has an ending with Felix, Mercedes, Dorothea, and Ingrid. And, of course, Byleth.
5 with Byleth, but 4 endings with the other characters?
Which is really funny, because Felix has some of the most endings.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah.
Why did they...
Because he hates women. No. That's like the whole thing, is that he's not into, like he's not actually like into romance. Like that was definitely very purposefully done. Like the fact that he doesn't even have an ending with Dimitri is insane to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sylvain, that's it.
Wow. That's interesting. I didn't realize he had that few endings.
Mm-hmm. No, he does not have an ending with everyone. He does have a lot of supports. Like, he's got him with Bernadetta. It's interesting that he has a lot of supports that are just kind of there, and then they end. Like, his support with Bernadetta don't really reach much of a resolution, I think. Like, I'm pretty sure he, like, asks her on a date, and then she freaked out, turns him down or something, and then that's it. Or, like, I know he's reading her book. He finds her book and starts reading it, and she gets upset because he read her book, and it's Bernadetta. And
like her diary? Or just
her novel.
A book she was reading? He's a writer? I don't know anything about Bernadetta. I haven't played Black Eagles, and she was just holed up in a room with both the routes I've done so far.
Fair enough. But yeah, I like Sylvain. I think he's a very interesting character, and I really like that he seems one-dimensional, and then he's not, and I think his whole character arc, and I like the I think it's kind of weird that the game in early game has like 2 chapters completely focused around Blue Lion characters, in every route. I think that's very weird. But Sylvain's is definitely very intertwined with the whole plot of the game, and I think that also brings him up for me a lot, is the fact that he
Do you mean the stuff with his brother?
Mm-hmm.
That's in every route?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
So
What's his
it's
brother's
the
name?
same.
Micklin?
Yeah, it's the same chapter
Okay.
for all of White Clouds.
Hmm.
Except for, of course, weird stuff with Edelgard at the end. But it's always the same maps. It's just depending on which side you're on at the end.
Right.
Okay. I really like the Byleths. I know, like, female Byleth, I'm gonna actually just put them together, but female Byleth is higher. And I feel like the game does kind of imply that, there's, like, a bunch of stuff that does, I mean, she was the main one in all the trailers and all that. She's, like, implied to be the canon Byleth, which is very rare and very nice to see. I do really like canon female Byleth. And I believe it to be true. And she gets the better classes, in terms of the gender locked classes. She can support all three. I support all three lords, while male Byleth can only support one of them, which I think is a weird choice. And I think some of the male house leaders should be as supportable by male Byleth, but that's a different story. Yeah. I like the Byleth. I know her design is a little overdone. Like, there's just a little too many elements for it, but I think both of their designs are fun. I really like the overcoat hanging overcoat cloak thing. And I just like the way that they're designed. I have no idea where to put Lawrence. Lawrence?
See, through pretty much my whole playthrough of the Blue Lions, I thought you disliked Lawrence.
Lawrence?
I thought you really disliked Lawrence, because I really disliked Lawrence, because he was just like a dick.
Lawrence kind of grows on you, though. That's
but
the
he
thing.
does.
He
Playing
sucks.
for the Golden Deer, he really grows on you.
He sucks so bad, but I love him for it. He should suck. That's his job. He's here to suck.
Yeah.
He's here to be bad.
No, literally. Lawrence is like, I don't know, he's interesting because it's like, you feel like he is just like some like snobby asshole, but then it's like, oh, you're actually kind of like intelligent, and like everything you do is kind of for a reason, and then he becomes a little more self-aware too, is what really saves him.
Oh, and I think
he kind of realizes that he's being like a weirdo sometimes, and he's like, oh, maybe I should stop being so weird. Like off-putting.
I think it's really nice to see him, like, he's I really like how this game handles growth and character growth, because some characters, like, really genuinely do grow. Like, it's the plot of the Blue Lions route, which I think is really nice, is that it's a very character development based route. Lawrence gets some really good character development. I know Ingrid kind of sucks personality wise at first, but she like, the whole point in that is that she grows from it, which I think is nice to see. And it's just, I like the characters that really do have a clear character development arc throughout the game. It's just really nice to see. So I'm gonna put Lawrence in C tier just because I want to put him in the middle, because he really does suck, but he really grows on you. Usually I have made tier lists for these characters before. Usually I do end up just making a middle tier that's just the Lawrence tier, because of my just like mixed feelings on him, because I don't know where to put him otherwise, because he's just like, I love him but I hate him, but I love him but I hate him, because he's like, he sucks so bad but he's so good about it. Annette. Oop, that's not Annette.
Oh my god, Annette.
I know you really liked Annette. Annette, I'll put above Caspar. Below Ash.
Annette? Sorry, you go.
No, you can go first. I know you really like
Okay,
Annette, so I want to hear your thoughts.
Annette, like, I don't know, her personality, like, her relationship with Mercy is cute and all. Her personality is, like, kind of whatever. Like, she's sweet. I have no complaints about that. But she was just, like, for some reason, like, one of my most powerful units in battle.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say, like, obviously, like, Byleth and Dimitri were just, like, OP, because they're Byleth and Dimitri.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, Ingrid, Annette, I want to say Annette was, yeah, like Ingrid and Annette and like Lysithea. They were like my three most powerful units underneath Byleth and Dimitri. Like, I don't know why she just like cleaned up on the battlefield. She would just one shot everybody, and also I was playing on easy, but like she would just one shot
I
everything,
know
and like,
usually
oh, I don't
Annette
know.
is regarded as a very good rally bot. Same with Ignatz, actually.
Hmm.
Where she just gets so many, her personal skills of rally, then she just gets so many really good rallies that people keep her around just to rally people, which I've never really done because I'd rather have more units on the field doing combat than buffing other units. Um, so
Yeah, I
I
also
don't
did not
use
use her
her a whole
rallies
lot,
really.
and also I feel like she's in this weird place where she like her crest. Like I struggle with the magic users who have crest weapons, because I always feel like I'm not using them to their full potential because I don't really use their crest weapons because I'm like, well, yeah, Marianne has this like magic sword, but she's also got magic.
Yeah.
So like they sometimes frustrate me, and I think Annette's probably the worst of it for me. Where I'm just like she's got this like cool axe, and I never use it. And I'm like I'm not really sure what to be doing with her right now. Um, so I don't dislike Annette by any means. I just she doesn't really shine for me. Um, I definitely have not had the experience you had where Annette destroyed on the battlefield. Um, which I'm going back to Lawrence for a second. I just remembered what you did to Lawrence in your run through, where
What did I do to him?
you
What, I killed him?
you recruited him
Yeah.
for his relic, took his
Yeah.
relic, gave it to
Yeah.
Lysithea,
Snatched that.
and then killed
Uh-huh.
him post time skip.
Well, yeah, he was in my way. And I didn't like him at the time. I hadn't played the Golden Deer yet. So he got no character development, and he was a dick. So I killed him. I probably wouldn't kill him now. Probably.
Hmm.
Because I really like Lawrence. And he's pretty powerful. I like the Dark Knights. Like, Sylvain was my Dark Knight, now Lawrence is my
Yeah,
Dark Knight. Like, they're pretty
I know.
fun.
Sylvain is like everyone, or at least the people that I watch talk about Fire Emblem are like Sylvain. Put him through, make sure that he's a lance focused character for Swift Strikes. Blah blah blah. It's like Swift Strikes are so good. Blah blah blah. I really like making characters who aren't supposed to be magic units. Magic units. That's why I usually have one character who should not be my dancer be my dancer every time. We'll get to that. Um, um, we'll get to that. I usually put Sylvain through Dark Knight because
Is he not supposed to be a Dark Knight?
no, I think he's supposed to be an armored knight.
Oh, yeah, I guess
I think
he
that's
is,
his
like, one of the armored units.
canon class, but well, I don't really know. He might just be supposed to stay at Paladin. I'm not really sure. Because I don't like to keep characters in advanced classes. I know like there's some really good advanced classes, but I'm like, yeah, but they could be a master class. It's called master class. It has to be better. Uh, I'm very surface level for picking of stuff, which definitely I did have to restart this previous maddening run just because I did such a poor job putting people through what's good for them and not what's but look, they're on a horse. What? It kills their speed growth. Whatever. They're on a horse. Sorry about that, Leonie. So I don't know if Sylvain's really supposed to be a Dark Knight or a Paladin or an Armored Knight. But I like to put him through Dark Knight. And I've just to get like mastery in a bunch of different classes. I think I put him through like Holy Knight too, and a couple other things, just to like spread out his like get him a bunch of masteries as I'm building them up in New Game Plus. Another early S support for me. I want to say this. He might have been my like second S support, which is interesting because he's like not my like absolute favorites.
Linhardt. Oh, I love
really
Linhardt.
like Linhardt. Linhardt's so funny.
He's just such a funny little
He's
guy.
Such a funny little guy. I like his friendship with Caspar. I think that's fun. I'm gonna say A tier's getting a little too big for me. I will keep moving things around. Linhardt, I love Linhardt. I get why some people get annoyed with Linhardt because it's like oh he just naps. But I think he's really good. I really like him. I like his gameplay. He's not one of my favorite magic users. I definitely say in terms of like utility, Lysithea is probably higher. Well, Lysithea is definitely higher. She's Lysithea. Even like healer wise, Mercedes is higher. I'd say usually on my teams he fills a pretty similar role to Dorothea, which is annoying to me because they're both Black Eagles. But I'm never sure whether or not I should put him through the dark magic classes or the black magic classes or the white magic classes. However, I have recently learned that apparently the white magic classes don't give you the best mastered skills, so you should probably put people through the black magic classes, which was another mistake I made that made me restart maddening.
See, I just made him my dancer. Put him in that little outfit. He just danced around.
I forgot he was your dancer.
And what a dancer he was.
Well, I know Sage sat through us playing Fire Emblem for like one session of us playing it.
Yeah,
and she fell in
probably
love.
like
She fell
3 or 4 hours.
hard.
Yeah, which like honestly,
I mean,
like
it's
I was
Linhardt.
kind of
How do you
benevolent
not?
on what?
It's Linhardt. How do you not?
I know. I was honestly kind of just like I had no feelings about Linhardt. He was just some guy who was like standing in the dining hall sometimes. Because he wasn't in my house, you know, I was doing Blue Lions. But like Sage like loved Linhardt, and I'm like, okay, maybe there is something to this guy. I started kind of paying attention to him and talking to him more, and I'm like, okay, this guy, I really like this guy.
Also, his personal skill being called Catnap is so cute and funny. That's just like a little cherry on top for him. I really like Linhardt. He might have been the second character I S supported. No, that doesn't. Wait, he wouldn't have been. No, because I S supported Dimitri twice in a row. I think. We'll get to that. I think he was my third character, but the first two were both Dimitri. Anyways, Balthus. He falls in and out of being my favorite of the Ashen Wolves. Right now, one of the other Ashen Wolves is beating him currently, but he's probably the one I've used the most, which is kind of weird because I always make him a War Monk, and I don't really think he's that good in War Monk, so he usually just ends up kind of filling a 12th slot for me, and not actually, like, he's usually the one that I'm just, like, adjutanting until he's a 12th unit in the last battle. So that also may be why he kind of falls short compared to the other characters, is because he's just adjutanted the whole time. But I've used him in multiple playthroughs, whereas the other Ashen Wolves, I've only used a couple times. But I think he's so funny. He's just so funny.
Yeah. And his design, I love his design. He looks so good.
He does look so good. I really like Balthus. He's so good. Mm-hmm. He's a really well-written character.
Honestly, I think all the Ashen Wolves, though, have really good designs, but we'll get to the other ones.
Yeah, well, actually, we'll get to my current favorite Ashen Wolf, who is my current S support. I am S supporting him in my current Manding run. He is currently my favorite, and that's why, probably. I'm S supporting... I don't know which one is is affecting the other more is the fact that he's my favorite of the Ashen Wolves is making me support him, or the fact that I'm supporting him is making him my favorite of the Ashen Wolves. I think I love Yuri. He is so good. He's so fun. I really like his build because he is a very speedy character, so he's a bit of a dodge tank. And he's currently going to be my dancer, which I have not made him my dancer before. So no, he is not the one that I usually make my dancer. This is like, I think either the second or third time I'm using him outside of the DLC. And I think he's a very well-rounded unit, and I like his personality. He's very charming. I feel like I like his comparison to Claude, where they're very similar and yet so different, and I think it's nice to see, and I really wish they had supports. Like, I know we get to see them interact a little in the DLC, but I really wish they had supports. It would be so nice if they had supports, and they don't, unfortunately. Moving on to my next character, Shamir. I'm gonna put below Lawrence in C tier, because I think Lawrence top of C tier. I'm just gonna leave him there. I'm telling myself that now. It may change, but I'm telling myself I'm gonna leave him there. Shamir. I really thought that she was going to be one of my favorite like combat units during Silver Snow when I used all the faculty. She didn't impress me though. I mean, I could have just gotten bad luck with her growth, but I definitely went into it being like, she's gonna be one of my best units, and she wasn't. I think Catherine performed a lot better than she did, which definitely raised Catherine up for me, and I've used her in a lot more runs since then, just because she did so well, whereas Shamir, a character I was expecting to do really well, didn't. So that definitely put her down a little bit for me. I do really like her design. I think if I had she's one of the two characters in this game, her and Manuela, that I would say if I had to cosplay a character based off of appearance alone, they would be the two, just because I have dyed my hair purple in the past and would do it again, and then I'd look a lot like her, or if I leave it brown, I look a lot like Manuela.
Yeah, your haircut's really similar to Shamir's.
It's up in a bun right now, so it's not really visible, but yes, it is very similar to Shamir's, and she would probably be an easy pick for cosplay. I was disappointed in not enjoying her gameplay as much as I was hoping to, but it was fine. And I got through Silver Snow, so whatever works. This next character, near and dear to my heart, good old Hubie. Hubie's probably the top of A tier.
Oh,
no, there might be someone who goes above Hubie in A tier. I really like Hubert. You know how I feel about Hubert. He's in it. He's definitely my high in A tier unit. He's another one that I went into Black Eagles like, he's fine, and then fell in love with him. And I ended up, I flipped. I was like, okay, well, when I do Black Eagles again, I'm supporting Hubert because it's Hubert and I love him. I've talked a lot about Hubert in the past. I know you've heard my thoughts on him many times. The infamous Hubert monologue.
A manifesto almost.
Listen, okay? It's Hubert. Cause like, I went into it like, I'm not really gonna like him. Like, he'll be fine. He's a magic user. I usually like magic users, so I'm sure that'll be great. And then I got to the month where I was going to pick my dancer, and I had already known going into it was going to be Dorothea. And then I spoke to Hubert, and Hubert, I like, every character pretty much either has a, oh, please make me the dancer, please, 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 or, I swear to God, if you make me the dancer, I will kill you. And I went into expecting Hubert to go, do not even dare think about it. And instead, he said to me, anything for Lady Edelgard. If you want me to, I'll do it. And I was like, hello? You're willing to be my dancer? And I guess, like, that makes sense why every single time you, like, if you, like, he's a likely chance to be the the randomized dancer if you have Dorothea recruited when you're doing the dance competition for the Black Eagle House. Which is also, it's always really funny when you RNG get to do, but, like, there's something about it being Hubert, where it's like, you're willing to be dancer? Hello?
To forever be dancer for Edelgard.
And I literally was like, you're S-appointed next run, and your dancer next run, and I made Hubert my dancer.
How did he do?
He was amazing. Spectacular.
Yeah, I feel like dancer is one of those where it's like, I don't know.
Any unit can be a good dancer.
Yeah, it's not the most difficult.
Yeah. There are some characters who will say you're wasting their potential by putting them in dancer, or it's better to put support units in dancer. However, I personally like to see my favorite characters in the funny little outfit. So
it's such a good outfit too. The dancer outfit's so good.
It's so good, and so it was just very weird to me to get to that point in the Black Eagles route where I'm just like, oh my God, Hubert, you're not horrible. And I believe, as I've stated in the Hubert monologue, the infamous Hubert monologue, he is love. He really is, because he's devotion, because that's what he is. He will do anything for Lady Edelgard. He's not just like a dark, creepy, mysterious guy. He's Edelgard's dark, creepy, mysterious guy. And I personally don't think he's in love with her. I think he's just loyal to her. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And also, I think I said this earlier, I love his supports with Ferdinand. I know you haven't seen him yet. You definitely should try and, I mean, if you use Hubert and Ferdinand, you will get their supports.
Yeah.
It's like, you get your unit's supports, like all of them.
Mm-hmm.
They're really good. I really like the tea versus coffee thing, and how that's handled in their A support. I think that's really fun, and I think it's really nice to see the character devoted to Edelgard and her contrarian build like that kind of like bond through like arguing. I think is kind of funny. I really do like Hubert. He's a really good character, and I did not go into the Black Eagles expecting to like Hubert, and then I fell in love with Hubert. And can I just say his Three Hopes design? I haven't talked about Three Hopes designs. I might do that at some point on the stream. His design is spectacular. They really went, this guy, he's emo. Let's make him more emo.
And he's emo. That's the best part about him.
Yeah.
Like, he listens to, like, I don't know, Sunny Day Real Estate or something.
I really like, also how he's got this, like, little detail, I think it's in, like, The Counselor or something, where he kind of just, like, implies that he, like, desperately wants to be, like, a Pegasus Knight, and he can't, because it's a stupid gender law class, which is stupid, and shouldn't be the case, because all I'm saying is there are some male characters who, their canon class would be Pegasus Knight if it could be.
Yeah.
Specifically, one of my personal favorites, and I'm very annoyed that it's not an option. And if it were possible, I would so make him a Pegasus Knight. I really would. I love Hubert, and he's a great character, and he deserves all the love and support. Hanneman, I'm gonna put in D tier. He kind of bores me. He's not bad. There's nothing wrong with him. He hasn't done anything wrong.
He's just some guy.
He didn't shine combat wise. He didn't shine in character. He's just kind of around.
What even? He's like a magic user, right?
He's a magic and bow user.
Yeah.
And he has a crest, which is interesting to me.
Wait, what crest does he have?
Does he have the same one?
Did he share it with any other character?
I think he has the same one as Bernadetta. Let me look it up.
Oh.
He has one of the...
I don't know.
He and Manuel are both from the Empire, so I think he has one of the Empire crests.
Right. Interesting.
Which would be one of the Saints.
Oh.
Minor... Oh, no. Yeah, Indak. I think that's...
Yeah,
Bernadetta and Hanneman. No, I was saying I think that's Bernadetta's. Yeah, it is.
Oh.
Okay. Which, speaking of Bernadetta... Bernadetta didn't really interest me either. I think she's a well-written character, and I totally get why people like her. Nothing about her spoke to me. I think the anxious, self-deprecating role, to me personally, is done better by a couple other characters, which we'll get to. And she just, like... She was fine. I didn't have anything against Bernadetta. She just wasn't my type of character.
Yeah, Bernadetta for me, like, again, I haven't played the route. I don't really know much about her, but, like, through talking to her, like, every, like, explore and stuff, she's just, like, so, like, I don't know, it's just, like, exhausting talking to her, because she's just so pathetic and, like, just self-deprecating. It's like, come on. I think she has some
really good supports. Her supports with Felix are really good. I like her supports with, Sylvain too. I know we talked about this earlier. But the thing with Felix where she displays this like move when trying to get away from him that he just becomes so obsessed with learning how she did it is like so funny.
Felix has a lot of really good supports though.
He really does. We'll get to Felix.
Yeah.
I really think she's handled quite well. Here's another one of my personal favorites, but not as supported characters. In terms of Three Houses design, I know I said I'd probably talk about this later. I really do think Hilda has one of the best designs, because they just do they know how to do Hilda. Because I mean, she is made to be stylish, so she's into style and fashion and all that, so they really go into it, and she's just a monster on the battlefield.
She's fucking insane.
Every once in a while, there's been a couple routes where I had to give her the accuracy ring, or she wouldn't hit anything. But I think even that I've figured out how to get past. She'll just tear through everything. She'll destroy anything and everything in her path.
My Hilda on my game that I'm playing right now, I'm doing Golden Deer, right? And like I'm a couple months past the time skip. And she's like my highest level character because she just cleans up on the battlefield. Mm-hmm. Just like I just plop her in the middle of a bunch of enemies, and they all like run at her and try to attack her. She takes no damage because she dodges everything and one shots them all on her counterattack. Yeah. And she's like 5 levels higher than like Byleth and my Lord, which are typically like the highest level characters because they have that like they're also so powerful and they have the experience boon. But like my Hilda is definitely my best character right now on my Golden Deer route because she's just insane on the battlefield. I don't even have a relic.
Hilda's another one that I went into it like, oh, she's lazy and like doesn't want to do her work and she pawns it off on everyone. Great, and then you play as her and it's like, wow, she's actually great. I really like Hilda. She definitely, like, all the Golden Deer have, like, hair accessories or, like, headpiece accessories. She definitely made them all. Totally believe that. I really like Hilda. She's a really good character.
She's, like, and she's so cute, too. Like, her post-time skip design is probably one of my favorites. Like, it's just really, so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's just
Um,
such a baddie. Oh,
yeah. This next character, used to be an F tier character for me. Her combat has saved her from that. I think I've made her a Pegasus Knight a couple times, and now I've made her like when I did my maddening with New Game Plus, I kind of did like an all star cast. Which she was included in just because she performed so well in the Golden Deer. Even though I don't really like her character, I don't really like the whole Geralt thing. I don't really like how she treats Byleth when it comes to Geralt. I think it's kind of weird how she's very much like judgmental for your like relationship with your father, um, and I don't really like it, but um, her combat really saved her
I
enjoyment my enjoyment of her.
I find that so interesting because I agree with you, like on her personality, like,
Mm-hmm.
but also I played through the game for the first time with you, so like a lot of my opinions on characters' personalities are similar to your opinions, just because like you gave me
I
your
hope I didn't
opinions, and I
change
was like,
them
yeah,
so
that sounds about
much.
right. What?
I hope I didn't change them too much.
No, no. I mean, like, we typically agree on a lot of things,
That is
regardless.
true. That
But
is
like,
true.
yeah, I have Leonie. She's a bow knight in mind because I'm doing like a no recruit golden deer run, and I have her as a bow knight,
Yeah,
and like
that's the other one I've done her as, and that's what she's
she.
currently in my Golden Deer run right now.
But I don't know what I think I did something wrong with her strength growth or something, or her classes that I routed her through, because she's like
Mm-hmm.
not.
Did
She doesn't
you
really do that good. Like
did
she's
you
like
put her
she can like.
through? What did you put her through?
I,
Did you put her through Archer and Sniper, or did you put her through Cavalry and Paladin?
I have no recollection. I don't think she wasn't on a horse. I
Okay,
don't think
because
until
the horse will
Bow Knight.
kill her. Are you using It's not Hunter's Volley. It's the other one. Point blank shot.
Is that an ability?
It's a combat art. That lets you attack from one attack. It's a combat art that lets you attack twice from one range with a bow.
No. See, I don't really use
That's
like.
where she shines.
I mean, I am playing on easy, so I typically don't really have to use combat arts.
Fair enough.
I think my next run I'm gonna play on hard, just because easy. It's like the battles are so mindless, and I'm not even playing on classic mode, so I don't really have to worry about my characters dying permanently. So it's just like easy
Mm-hmm.
and non-classic. What is it called? Casual, easy, casual. It's really just like the battles are so mindless. So
Mm-hmm.
like, even though she's like my worst character in battle, like in air quotes. Well, no, like I have some other characters who like don't perform that well, but like Leonie, I expected her to perform really well, and she's just like she doesn't. She does fine though. Like it's again easy, casual. She does fine.
Okay. Moving on. Also, I definitely like her post time skip better than her pre time skip. Her Three Hooks
Hmm.
design doesn't really do it for me either. I think she looks best when she has the long hair. Um, and her pre time skip is definitely my least favorite of her designs, which that's your first impression of her, and yeah. Also, the my least favorite part of Leonie is the fact that when you like she's almost like pretentious about like being a commoner, which I think is interesting. Where it's like she acts like her lost item line. If you try to return a lost item to her, that's not hers, and she's like someone lost this, and it's like she's like judging people for losing stuff, but then she also has lost items, so she's like I'm so much better than everyone because I don't lose anything,
Yeah,
and
what
how
is it? It's
dare
like
people.
someone lost this. People should learn to be more careful with their possessions or something. It's something like that.
Yeah, and
Where
it's
it's like
like you also have lost items. Like she's like almost pretentious about how she like
she
is a
seems so like
commoner.
she really is like no pun intended on a high horse about. I think it's more about her morals, and I
Mm-hmm.
think she just looks down on the attitude and the worldview that a lot of nobles have.
Mm-hmm.
She thinks they're just very misguided and like they care about things that don't matter. I think is what it is.
Yeah,
But like, yeah,
but she just lives
it's
in like
like,
a different world from them. I don't know.
yeah,
I don't like Cleone that much, but her utility in combat does save her for me.
I do. Okay, I don't like her interactions with Byleth, but I kind of like her interactions, like in her supports with like a lot of the other characters.
Yeah,
I think in a lot of the other supports, she's like definitely like the voice of like reason and a much more like
that's fair.
rational person.
I
And
remember.
within the other
I think I
supports,
went for her ending with Lawrence at one point because I liked her supports with Lawrence. I don't remember what they
Mhm.
were and what I liked about them, but um, I remember liking them. I think, and then I got their ending. Um,
Yeah,
Raphael. I feel bad not liking Raphael, but I really don't like Raphael. Um, he doesn't. He doesn't do it for me. I don't know. Um,
yeah, I'm with you.
I know. Yeah. He's. I mean, he's the same as like Caspar and Dedue in terms of. Well, no, not even Caspar. More so Dedue, I'd say, in terms of like combat, where it's like, yay, he's a tank. Whatever.
Whoopee.
Yeah, he's got a lot of HP. He doesn't even have a high defense. He has a lot of HP, which means his battalion goes down so fast. Um, I don't like Raphael. Like I wouldn't say I dislike him. Like he hasn't done anything wrong. He's just like he's there. He says some like dumb stuff and then that's like it. And that's
Yeah,
his existence.
I mean, you know how I generally feel about like the himbo. It's like I don't know. It just doesn't do anything for me. Like a himbo character. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's a shame to see him just become like comic relief.
Mhm.
But also he does have like depth in his supports, of course, like every character does. But like, yeah, I don't know. Just nothing about him or his like design or his story or his play
Yeah.
style really
Like
speaks to me.
his supports with Marianne are sweet. I as someone who doesn't really like Ignatz either, I don't like his whole thing with Ignatz. It feels very forced to me, where it's I think it's the same with like Petra and Caspar, where they kind of just like all of a sudden bring up this like random, um, like thing that happened in their past, and they're kind of like, okay, that's it. Um, which
Yeah,
theirs is done in their I think it's in their supports, and I know it's in their paralog, whereas Petra and Kaspar's is just in their supports. Um, but it
yeah.
feels very shoved in there, where it's like, oh, that happened. Okay, whatever.
I what I don't like about the Ignatz and Raphael supports is like I don't know, it
I definitely
Ignatz
dislike
just Ignatz annoys me in
I
those because
dislike
it's like
Ignatz
Ignatz
way
why?
more than Raphael in those.
Yeah, Raphael's like being like normal about it and like mature and like well adjusted, and Ignatz is like he's like it's like what world do you live in, bud? Like it's okay. Like you didn't kill his parents,
Or did he?
I mean yeah.
Like literally,
Uh,
it's like Ignatz's parents got them a job, and then they got killed on the job.
and then they just like happened to die.
Yeah, it's
Like it was
like
nobody's
Ignatz's
fault.
parents didn't even kill. Like at least in Caspar and Petra's, Caspar's dad did kill her dad. In in like
I I didn't even know about that.
oh sorry.
No, it's okay.
Again, it's just kind of mentioned in their supports, and then that's it. Which I think
Yeah.
Bergley's is going to be in Three Hopes, which I'm excited for. I have not played the demo for Three Hopes. I do not intend to play the demo. We'll be streaming it, but I don't want to know anything else about it. But I don't like Raphael and I don't like Ignatz. And I think they're not handled very well as characters, and I think Raphael is boring. But onto a really good character. I'm not sure where to put Mercedes in A tier.
Mercy. Oh my god.
Mercy is currently in my mind she is my wife because I just S supported her. She's my last S support. I think I'm gonna put her. Yeah, I'll put her there. She's my favorite healer. I really love her personal skill healing her because like then she can sometimes take damage and just get it back. It's like fine. It's really nice at the end of the Blue Lions where there's a chance where she'll get hit by Edelgard, and if she does, and she like I think she took it for me, then she can just get that health back by just healing the other person who got hit by Edelgard. And I think that's really nice. and it comes in handy a lot of the time. Her having Physic and Fortify, so nice. Fortify is so nice sometimes, where it's like you have so many characters at low HP and you feel so overwhelmed. Oh wait, Fortify.
Is Fortify like an AoE heal?
Yes.
Okay.
Flame has it as well.
I don't heal much.
I know.
I'm gonna play on hard next time. I'm gonna play on hard on my next run through to make the battles a little less.
I really like Mercy. I like her and Yuritsa. I think I will never get over your comment about Yuritsa. I think it's probably one of the funniest things you've ever said. Where we were playing, and he killed the Death Knight, I think, with Mercedes. And he said,
because you told me to.
He had like a unique line about Mercedes, and then the next chapter, you go up to Yuritsa, and Yuritsa's like, Mercedes, she seems familiar. And you said, and I quote, man, so many people talking about Mercedes, the Dark Knight, Yuritsa, who is arguably a Dark Knight of his own.
Hey, that Yuritsa guy kind of reminds me of the Dark Knight. Weird that they both have something with Mercedes. Oh well. That was literally my thought process. That's like weird.
And then we get to the chapter where Flame goes missing, and you're like, and I'm like, yeah, Manuela, Flame, and Yuritsa are all missing, and Manuela was seen with Yuritsa's mask. I wonder what that could mean. And you go, man, I wonder if they all got kidnapped. Did they all get kidnapped?
I literally why did Manuela have his mask? Was she fighting him?
He stabbed her.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't remember that too well. But yeah, I don't know, it didn't feel right that Yuritsa would be secretly evil, because he was so dark and brooding and so obviously secretly evil. I didn't think they would do that. I didn't think they would do something so obvious and on the nose.
He's not even evil. He's more like morally
and I liked Yuritsa
gray.
Too. I think he was a really cool guy.
He is a really cool guy. He's playable in the Black Eagle.
Yeah, I know, which I'm excited for.
Yeah. I think you don't even need the DLC. I know you'll get the DLC on your probably next run, right?
Yeah.
But
after
you just said you wanted to
do
one run without the
Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh, I think you don't even need the DLC for him. I think he was not in the original game, but I think when they rolled out the DLC, they just made him. It's either him or Anna, and I think it's him who's just available in every game on the Black Eagles run.
Anna's available in every route, right?
Yes, but I
don't.
I think.
I don't know actually. I don't really talk to her. I just unlocked her.
We'll get to Anna. We'll get to Anna.
Yeah. She's at the very end, but we'll get to her.
We have our very first S tier character. I fell in love with Petra at first sight. I looked at her and went, that's it. That's my girl. She was, when I waited until I was in the Black Eagles to S support her.
Was she your first Black Eagle that you S supported?
Yes. No, Linhart was.
Oh, yeah, but you weren't doing Black Eagles when you did that.
Yeah.
Right?
It was in the Blue Lions when I recruited everybody. I fell in love with Petra at first sight, and then when I did the Black Eagles run, because she's just a hard recruit too, which made me not want to use her because I don't really like to put Byleth in riding classes. I have put him in almost every, he has max skills in everything except for I think gauntlets, heavy armor, and axe and bow, I think.
Really? You don't have max skill for your Byleth and gauntlet?
I don't think so.
And bow?
I didn't use gauntlets until way later in the game, and I did not give Byleth bow until way later in my series of runs.
I was about to say, I feel like those are her two, some of her, best weapons besides a sword, but, she does good with any weapon, really.
Mm-hmm. They really are, I just didn't know that. I usually had her just using sword and magic for my first few runs. But knowing full well that Petra was going to be my S support, I played the Black Eagles run on hard. It was my first time doing hard mode, not knowing that it was way shorter than the rest of the routes, and so I was not expecting for it to be the final map when it was the final map, and I went into it. It was hard casual, so my units could fall without being dead, but it was hard mode. And I kept trying, and I just could not, like, everyone kept falling, so I kept restarting the map, and then finally, we moved some battalions around, and my sister helped me, ended up helping me a little bit, and then when we played it, every single unit fell, except for Petra. It was just Petra, like, half of the map left, and I just took her right up to the Immaculate One, and she dodged like everything but like one hit, and she turn by turn kept taking down her like health bars, her series of health bars, and she soloed the Immaculate One. If I had to do a solo run, I would do it with Petra. I'm very glad that was the run where I S-supported her, because she really was the MVP. She truly was. Which, when I also did Blue Lions for the first time, and this was, again, my first time ever playing a Fire Emblem game, so I didn't really know what I was doing, I did have every single unit fall except for Ingrid, Felix, and Sedith. So Ingrid, Felix, and Sedith soloed the last little bit of... They not nearly as much as Petra soloed on her own. But they did solo of just the three of them, a pretty large portion of, or a decent sized portion of the Final Blue Lions map, but not to the extent that Petra saved my Black Eagles run.
What class did you have Petra as in that run?
Wyvern,
do you remember?
The highest Wyvern Lord. It's not
Oh,
Wyvern
okay.
Lord. Wyvern Lord is the
What weapon does that class use mainly? What weapons?
Axe and lance, but mainly axe.
Okay.
But I had Petra with an axe, a sword, a lance, and a bow. And she really soloed it. I love Petra. She's one of my favorite units. She's one of my favorite combat units. She's a dodge tank for me, at least. And she just does it so well, and I love Petra. Next up is Sedith. Sedith, I am going to put there. I realize I've really separated the buy list. Whatever.
Oh, wait, sorry. One thing I will say about Petra. Sorry, I know we just moved on to Sedith.
Go ahead.
Petra, the one thing that, like, I like Petra. I haven't done Black Eagles, so I don't know too much about her, but, like, I've heard a lot about her from you. But, like, the one thing that irks me about her is, like, obviously, like, English or like whatever language is like spoken, whatever it's called in the game, is not her first language. Yeah. So she speaks with like a different syntax, and like her grammar is sometimes off, but she doesn't have an accent. She pronounces all the phonemes the exact same. I feel like she doesn't really have an accent. She just like says things different, you know, like her grammar.
I know. Also, it's like kind of annoying that she doesn't learn any more English or.
Well, I mean, that's like whatever.
Over the time skip, it doesn't bother me personally, and the accent doesn't bother me personally.
No, that doesn't bother me. But it's like, I don't know. It's like they're just speaking with like a kind of stilted like syntax. They're not the voice actor doesn't speak with an actual accent, which like I don't know. It's such a minor thing, but it's like I thought it would be cool. Like I want to hear what the accents sound like.
Who did I just move on to?
Sedith.
Oh, I love Sedith. Sedith is so good. He was like boring at first, but then you like start to get into it, and it's like, oh, Sedith is like the voice of reason in this game. Sedith is the least biased one, I think. Where like, and you go into it expecting him to be like, you know, devout to Lady Rhea, and very like pro-church and anti people disliking the church, and then you go into like his supports with Felix, where he's like, I believe that everyone should be able to think the way that they think as long as they're not hurting other people, and I think he's so reasonable I mean, except for when it comes to Flame, but I really like that like contradictory within him, where he's so reasonable, except for when it comes to Flame. And I do really like his relationship with Flame and the whole pretending to be siblings when he's her father and really wanting to be that like protective dad. And he's such a good character. Have you used him?
Yeah, I used him in my first run.
Okay.
And I have him recruited now just because he automatically joins.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really use him. I made him an adjutant, but I've never used him in battle in my Golden Deer run. But yeah, I used him in my Blue Eagles. My Blue Lions.
I couldn't remember if you did or not. Yeah, I really like Zenith.
He is fine.
I like his supports with a lot of the students. You know, like Felix, Ingrid. Who's the one that he makes a picture book with?
I don't think I've seen that one yet. Hilda?
I can't think of who he makes.
His supports with Hilda are her. His supports with Hilda are just like the ones I've seen so far are just like him like being like, Hilda. Oh no, he does. He writes a children's book for Hilda. He writes a children's story and says it to Hilda, and she's like, I don't think I've heard that one. He's like, it's because I wrote it. That one is funny though.
I really liked. I know I've gotten his ending with Ingrid. I've gotten his ending with Hilda. I really like Zenith. I think he's a really good character. So I'm gonna put at the bottom of C tier. I really like her in the beginning of the game where like she's just this little voice in your head and she's like your buddy and you're like learning things with her.
She's like a little sassy.
Yeah, I don't like her support. It's weird. And I don't support? Her S support. I don't like it.
Oh, I haven't experienced that yet. Yeah. I don't even know what it is.
There was one route where I didn't have anyone else to put Byleth with, so I put her with Sothis, and it was like, ugh, this is not great. Sothis is fine. And I it's really nice to have her as this like little voice in your head throughout the early game. The cutscene where you guys become like one is really cool. And one of the best cutscenes in the game, I think. And I really do think she's a good character. She's another one that just doesn't really do it for me though. And also her S support tanks her a little bit for me. I'm going to move some characters down.
Sothis stresses me out whenever I have to interact with her because I feel like when it comes to Sothis, I always choose the wrong answer. I just can't pin down what she wants me to say. And every single time I'm like, this is probably what she wants. I say it and it's like support down. And I'm like, God damn it, Sothis! It just stresses me out. I feel like she's just, I don't know. To me, that just indicates that she's just like very her character is like just very opposite of the way I think and like the way I I don't know. But I always choose the wrong like dialogue option.
Constance is another really good Ashen Wolf. I definitely like her. The way she's not her Sunlight half is not my favorite. Just because I feel like the constant self-deprecating of characters in this game with certain ones is just not my favorite thing. I really like her underground one. I think she's really fun.
I don't know.
Her personal is called Circadian Beat or something, where she gets different stat boosts depending on if she's in sunlight or underground, and her personality completely changes if she's above ground or if she's in the sunlight or underground. Or
really? I didn't even know that.
Or whatever. Yeah. And when she's in the sunlight, she just gets so self-deprecating and speaks so slowly and sadly. And I like it better than Bernadetta, but I way prefer her in the dark personality, where she's very pretentious but like funny about it.
Mm-hmm. In a charming way.
Yeah.
Constance is one of my favorite designs.
She
Both her
does have a
pre
really good
and post
design.
time skip, so good.
Oh, and
She looks
her
so
Three
good.
Hopes design is really good too. I drew the Ashimals pretty recently, and
Yeah.
it was hers was really fun for me to do. I am going to put these two. Actually, I'm going to move this down to D tier. I'm going to put these two on the tier list together. Edelgard and Rhea. I do like Rhea slightly more than Edelgard, and I probably because I like Rhea's design more than Edelgard's. Although Edelgard's Three Hopes design is really good, just because of like the little hearts are so cute, and so many characters in Three Hopes have little hearts, which I think is really funny. But Edelgard and her hair is really cute in Three Hopes. But I think Edelgard and Rhea are, at least from my point of view and what I got from the game, they both seem to be a little in the wrong to me. I think Edelgard a little more so, because I feel like a lot of what Rhea does wrong, but like, it's hard for me to like comprehend the church and like what exactly they're up to, but Rhea specifically, like, the whole thing with Byleth is weird. But it really only affects Byleth. So
you mean just like Rhea's obsession with resurrecting her mother, or like reincarnating her mother?
Yeah, and I know she gets like people will say that like she forced the Creststone into Byleth, what's blah blah blah, but it was Byleth's mom who said to give it to Byleth to save, like, which thus killing her and saving Byleth's life. So I don't mind it as much as a lot of other people do, and Edelgard really does just like start a war. So I don't really like either of them. I really like Rhea's design. I really like Saros's design. I think Saros is really good, like in terms of design. But I don't really like either of them.
Rhea probably has one of my favorite, like, just physical designs in the whole game. Like, I just stare at Rhea sometimes because I just think she looks so good. I just think she looks so good. Oh, I don't know. But also, like, I don't know. You know how... I don't even know if you know how I feel about Rhea. I don't even know if I know how I feel about Rhea. She's
that's really
she's just so complex.
With both Rhea and Edelgard, I think, where it's like sometimes I see them and I'm like, ooh, that's kind of fun, and then other times I'm like, ugh, can you not, please? So yeah. I definitely have very mixed feelings about both of them. So it's kind of and the mixed feelings are very different than like my mixed feelings with Lawrence, where it's like they make me annoyed how like mixed feelings I am on them. That like I get annoyed at them because I'm like, I want to like you, but then you do this and then I don't like you, and it's like, ah.
Yeah, I will say Sedith had one of my, like, I don't know, it was just one of the lines that he had to Rhea that just stuck with me, like, so much. It was just, like, so, like, whoa. When, like, I don't even remember when it happened in the game, or, like, what the surrounding conversation was, but they were obviously talking about Byleth, and Sedith is, like, asking kind of what the whole deal is with Byleth, and at some point, I literally don't remember any of the surrounding circumstances, but Sedith says something along the lines of, like, Rhea, what did you do to that baby? And it's just like, I don't know, because it just makes you think, like, Rhea, what did you do to that baby?
And that's the
like,
thing, though,
Jesus.
is like the thing that she did to the baby was fulfill their mother's wishes of putting a Creststone in them to save their life, which is still, like, so weird, especially because she, like, does want them to become Sothis, and I think it seems
a little too convenient.
Yeah, yeah. So Rhea and Edelgard are both very mixed feelings characters for me. Next up, Marianne. So out of the, like, mental illness squad, she's probably my favorite. I kind of like her character growth, where she maintains her, like, quiet demeanor while still somewhat gaining confidence. I think Her design changes are really good. And I do really like Marianne.
I just recently, like the other night, like 2 nights ago, I think, like did Marianne's paralogue.
Her
And
paralogue
I
really...
get it
Well,
now. Like, I get it.
her paralogue... I don't like it in terms of mechanics. I don't like Fog of War.
No, the actual battle was, like, weird. And, like, it was, I don't know. It was, like, fine. I was on easy mode, so I didn't really struggle with it. But it was, like, kind of awkward to do the battle. But, like, I get her character now, and I get why she's like that. It still annoys me when she is like that, because I just don't like the whole self-deprecating characters. But, like,
yeah,
I get it. And I like a lot of her supports, because, like, you can tell, like, I don't know, she, like, kind of doesn't want to be like that, but then it's, like, after her paralogue, and I haven't really played much past her paralogue, so I don't really know how she changes, but, like, some of her later supports, too, like, her B and A rank supports, like, her supports with Lauren's, I'm going for Marianne and Lauren's ending in this current run. Just because, like, I don't know. There's something just so charming about the way they interact.
Shine in those supports, I think.
Yeah, I think they both, like, it seems like both of their personalities brings out the best in each other.
Mm-hmm. Which I think
they seem good
really
for each other.
Yeah.
And Lawrence is, like, kind of sweet to Marianne. He's really sweet to her.
Next up, Yuritsa. I'll put Yuritsa here. I like his design a lot. I really like his... I think out of the... Like, the Blue Lions is a lot of those characters with family that's gone rogue or gone dark or whatever. And I think out of Yuritsa, Gilbert, and Lenato, Yuritsa's handled the best. I really like the Mercedes paralogue. I really like her little... well, I don't like it combat-wise. Especially if you're trying to do it to get the Raphael gem, but you haven't been using Caspar the whole time, so he's not leveled. Makes it a little difficult. But, I think, I also really like the little cutscene they get in, I know it's in Blue Lions, I think it's in Golden Deer too. I don't know if it's in Silver Snow. I feel like it probably isn't. Maybe it is. I have no idea. His relationship with Mercedes, I really like. And I like that they get the chance to have supports. If you recruit Mercedes in the Black Eagles. So I really like Yuritsa. Next up is Dorothea. Dorothea, is another character that, like, I like her. There's really nothing to dislike. She's really pretty. All of her designs are really pretty. Pre-time skip, 3 hopes, post-time skip, they're all really good designs. And I really like her. She also has a lot of character growth, where she goes from being, like, not, like, obsessed, but, like, she really, like, she wants to find a man. She should take care of her for the rest of her life. And then she, by the time the war comes about, she becomes very, like, war-focused in a really good way, where she's, like, she really just wants to help people, and get out of the war and, like, move forward and just be really helpful. And I really like that character change. She also has some really good supports. I remember doing this maddening run. It was the first time I'd ever used Yuri, and Dorothea was one of my recruits. I recruited Dorothea and Felix. I think were the two that I recruited to do to use outside of the Golden Deer, besides, like, Yuri from the Ashen Wolves. And I had no idea they had a support, but I got the support between Dorothea and Yuri, and I went, oh, this is gonna be good, and it was so good. And I'm really excited to get more into their supports and see how they continue on, because they're really good. They're really good together. They're both, like, kind of divas in their own way, and I really enjoy it, and I really enjoy seeing them interact. Yeah. Like, nothing about her really stood out to me, but she's just there as a really good character. And now we have another S tier character. Because everyone saw this coming. He's my boy. It's Dimitri. How can he not be? I think Dimitri, in terms of, like, another really good character growth character, where he just, like, if you do the Blue Lions route, it's centered around him in a way that the other routes aren't centered around their lords. Where it really is about his growth as a person and as a character. And he... So, the reason I started playing Three Houses was because my sister plays a lot of Fire Emblem games, and she started playing Three Houses, and I was sitting on the couch next to her, and she was on the very first map, like the prologue, and Dimitri came on screen, and I was like, oh, who's that? And she's like, Dimitri, you would like this game, you should play it. And I was like, maybe. And then I borrowed her copy on her Switch and played it solely to play Dimitri's route and support Dimitri. So I did that, and I did it, and then when I went back onto my own Switch to play the game myself, like, with my own file, I supported him again. I really like Dimitri. He's a really good character. I went into it only knowing his pre-time skip design, and knowing that I really liked his pre-time skip design, so getting to the point in the Blue Lions where Edelgard is revealed to be the Flame Emperor, that's my favorite cutscene in the game. The way he just, like, it's been slowly building up, but, like, it's really hard to tell exactly what is up with Dimitri. Like, I know from the beginning Barlow says there's, like, a darkness in him. And then he just has these lines every once in a while, and it's like, girl, are you okay? But you don't see it coming. No matter what, you don't see it coming, which... I'll talk more about that when we get to another character. Because, like, you should see it coming, and you don't. And all of a sudden, he's, like, completely off the rails, unhinged. And it's like, Dimitri, girl, you good? And it's... And then you continue that route, and he's just, like, a little unhinged until the time skip. And then you get to the post-time skip, and he... definitely has my favorite reunion cutscene, because it's just the way he's sitting there, like Claude and Edelgard are just kind of waiting for you. Dimitri's just sitting there alone. Like the other lords, I think, were just at Garreg Mach.
Yeah, I recently got to the time skip maybe like a week ago, in the Golden Deer route, and like, yeah, Claude is like kind of standing there like facing like out like an open window or something, and like the sunlight's hitting him, and he looks very like majestic, but it's just very like, oh hey, it's Claude, like he's doing good.
Yeah. And
Dimitri is just like slouched over in this like pile of rubble. He looks dead. You think he's like dead at first.
And there's dead bodies around. He's got blood on him.
He's covered in blood. Like, oh my god. It's really good.
It's not even, like, pathetic. It's just, like, tragic. And you really genuinely feel like you failed him. Because you come up to him, and he's just alone. And he looks awful. And then you talk to him, and he's like... I should have known one day you'd haunt me as well. Because he thinks you're dead. He thinks you're a ghost. Because from his perspective, either you died or you abandoned him. And, like, he's just, like, it's so sad.
Yeah.
And then, it's just the way that they handle his, like, development, where it's like, I think they set it up really nicely with having Dedue come back. Which is why I think Dedue's paralogue is kind of a must, because you kind of need Dedue to come back, because it's like one of the things that I think has really set him off during the time skip, besides your disappearance, is Dedue's death. And having Dedue come back, and him knowing that Dedue is okay, I think is a really important part of him regaining sanity. It does suck not having Dimitri for like quite a few months, but at the same time it's like it's just so like a game mechanic that's built entirely from the story, and I love that. I love when mechanics and story blend like the way that they do, when Dimitri is unavailable. He can't go through supports. He can't be trained. You can't eat with him. You can't do anything with him because he just wants to fight and kill because that's all he cares about at this point is avenging the dead. And then his like Rodrigue's death, like their little conversation is so good. I really enjoy the way that they interact in that conversation, and the fact that Dimitri realizes the fault in his ways but isn't perfect moving forward is also really good. It's not just like, oh, Rodrigue dies and changes him entirely and now he's perfect again. He's not. He's still struggling. He still has those moments where he like has like a burst of violence or something, but he's more equipped to handle it, and he's more understanding of that this is something that needs to change, and it's so good, and he's such a well-written character, and going into it solely knowing that I would liked his design, and then also finding out that he's one of the best written characters in the game, at least to me, is just like amazing. I really like Dimitri. Cyril, I'm like Cyril. What? He's not Dimitri. Cyril's fine. His loyalty to Rhea is like cute, but it's also like it's so one note that like I feel like this game does a really good job of not making characters one note when they really could be. That Cyril does feel a little bit one note. He does have one of my favorite supports in the game. I think is with Byleth, where he's like, Sedith is looking for you, and then he has this like whole list of things where it's like you do the it's like you can find me here if I'm not there, you can find me, and then he kind of at the end just goes, you know what, just make Sedith do all the work, just make him go find me or something like that. It's so funny the way that he's just like he's like uncaring about people in like he cares, like it's not like he's doesn't care about people, but it's just like it's so funny the way he's just like fuck Sedith, he can do that.
See, Cyril for me, and like I haven't recruited him. I haven't sought out his supports. I don't really know, but like I don't know. To me, Cyril is like he's kind of sad almost, because like I know you don't entirely agree with this, but like
I don't think we've really talked.
It just seems like he's just like an indentured servant, and like I know it's like thing. What he wants. He like loves.
No, okay, wait. It's not. Here's the thing: is that like. I don't know. It's not really that he's an indenture. Like, I feel like they could have really handled Cyril a bit better because his like I like that he's like hardworking, but it's kind of weird that he like I guess like Rhea saved him. I found out recently that it wasn't just he was taken from Elmira. He was taken from being a Goneril servant.
Oh, to like the House of Goneril?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, which is like I kind of forgot about that. Yeah, Hilda doesn't really have much to do with that, I guess. But it's I don't know if I've ever seen her supports with him, but I've heard that they're not great on her part. But that's going without having seen them myself, so I can't really say much about it. And I think Cyril's another character that's kind of just there for a lot of the game.
Yeah.
But he's interesting, I guess.
It's just like, it's weird to me that, like, he just loves doing chores so much that all he wants to do is, like, chores.
It's like
really?
He wants to repay Rhea for, like, saving him, but it's like, okay. Like, I definitely kind of wish that they pursued, like, because it is there, the whole being apprenticed to Shamir. I kind of like, and I think post time skip, that's more so what he is he's less the little like he goes to when Rhea's missing, he goes to Rhea's room and cleans the room for Rhea, and he keeps it neat, and I think that's a nice detail, but and I think he definitely is better post time skip than pre time skip, because it is him like genuinely doing like a personal favor to Rhea, as opposed to like chores, if that makes sense. And he's definitely more focused on being in combat as, like, Shamir's apprentice that I think he's better post-time skip than pre-time skip. I don't know. I don't know a lot about Cyril, so I might be entirely wrong. Are you good? Liam? Can you hear me? Oh, I hear you.
Oh wait, there it goes. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear
you. Okay, I don't know. No, I accidentally like nudged my wireless headphones, and then they connected, and then I tried to disconnect them quick, and then it wouldn't let me switch back to like speaker. And then I just couldn't hear you, and I saw you lighting up, but I just couldn't hear you. Sorry.
What was the last thing you heard?
You were talking about how Cyril cleans Rhea's room.
Oh, I feel like he's just a lot better post-time skip because
yeah.
I don't really remember a lot about Cyril, and I don't really know too much about Cyril, so I'm really sorry if I'm wrong. But I like it better when they pursue more of him being like Shamir's apprentice and being combat oriented and wanting to be good in battle. I think is a lot better than him doing random chores.
I agree. I do like him post time skip a little more.
I really like how blunt he is too. Like that's more what I meant with the whole Seth thing, where he's like, you know what, just let Seth handle it. Or like his supports with Manuela are funny. Which the one thing though that really like annoys me that they did in this game is that I think Sedith and Cyril are the only characters with an A support and no ending, which confused me so much because I was like, oh, I'll get Cyril and Sedith's ending, and then they both were just on their own, and I was like, hello?
That is weird. Huh.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone else is like that, which is weird. Yeah.
Also, Cyril's funny to me because, especially his post-time skip design, reminds me... He looks like Jake T. Austin, and I think that's funny.
I like his post-time skip design.
I think he's really good in his post-time skip design. He's like a cool little guy. I really like the characters that are just like little fellas.
I know
they're just like little guys.
For you.
I know. It's just... I know.
Alright. I don't think Claude can go anywhere but the top of A tier. Claude, I love Claude. He's great as a character. I'll talk about him and how his root handles him later and how other roots handle him, because I think that's where he falls short a little. But he's just such like a fun character that it's I don't think I've ever met anyone who dislikes Claude. Because how do you dislike Claude?
Yeah, I really like Claude. I didn't know you liked Claude that much though.
How do you dislike Claude?
No, I really like him.
It is really tough. No, I didn't say.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking me.
It's hard to. Claude was my Golden DRS support, and I really like picturing like now that I'm playing Golden Deer again and I'm not as supporting Claude, I'm like, yeah, we're besties. That's my bestie right there. Claude and I are besties. It is really hard for me to decide who should go at the top of A tier. I think it has to be the Hubert monologue, man. The Hubert monologue. There's no Claude monologue. It has to be Hubert. Don't ask me why Hubert's not an S tier. Maybe he could surpass Petra. I don't know, but
Claude's interesting to me because, like, I don't know. I feel like I didn't realize you like Claude this much. I feel like I think you just complain. I think you just complain sometimes about how Claude is handled. And that makes me think you don't like Claude himself.
No, I really like Claude, and that's why I don't like how he's handled.
Okay. Okay.
We'll get to Claude.
Claude's
when we talk about the roots.
Claude's design, I don't know. It's interesting to me because like Claude, his design, like his clothing, it does nothing for me. It's like whatever. Like whatever. I like the yellow. The yellow's fun. And I like his pre-time skip clothing much better than his post-time skip clothing, but his post-time skip, like, actually just how he looks, like, I think he's probably, besides Hubert, the, like, most attractive character in the game. As his post-time skip design with, like, that little chin strap, besides Hubert.
Hubert? I didn't know you liked Hubert that much.
He's, like, the emo guy.
That's fair.
But yeah, Claude, I think it's a little chin strap beard. I think that's really what it is.
I also really like his Three Hopes design, and I really hope he's done well in Three Hopes. So, This is the part where I will definitely make people mad. Because this character, I'm sorry, this character is an F-tier character for me. I don't like Happy. I love her design. I saw Happy and I'm like, she's so cool. I can't wait to meet her and have her be so cool. And then she speaks and I'm like, I don't like you. Like, she's another one that feels, I don't want to, she's similar to, like, Leonie to me, and that she feels so, like, judgmental. Like, and the nicknames are fine with, like, the Ash and Wolves and stuff. I don't like that she calls you Chatterbox. The way she calls Byleth Chatterbox gets on my nerves so much. Because it's meant to be, like, a like, subversion of how other characters view Byleth, and Byleth being, like, really quiet. And it's just not true. It's just not true. Byleth is not a chatterbox, and
Happy's just delusional.
I don't like her.
I agree. Happy's design, especially her post-time skip design, is
so
one of the best designs in the fucking game. She looks incredible, but when she opens her mouth,
it's like they wanted to do another character that really goes against the church and really is willing to disagree with the church, but she just doesn't do it she just doesn't do it the way that Edelgard does it, because Happy's just feels so, like, surface level.
Yeah. She's not charming at all. She's just not charming to me.
She has such a good design. The red and the green. Oh my god, it's so good. Why is she so annoying? I don't like Happy. I'm so sorry.
What classes and, like, weapons and, like, combat styles does she excel with? Because I have yet to use her.
Well,
I've only used Balthus in my first run through.
The
when it comes
DLC
to Ashen.
characters all have a
they have special
She's
classes.
a Valkyrie, which is what you
Right.
need Scythia.
Oh.
She uses dark magic like Scythia. I think she's a
And she's on a horse, right?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
these are my F tier characters. Definitely. Which next up. So here's the thing. This character, I will have to support them eventually. I don't want to. I have no interest in it. I have not done it yet. I will not do it for a long time because it's just. It's so weird that that's the case because Felix is my favorite character in the game. Like, I don't know what it is. He's like my boy. He's not my, like, husband. He's my boy.
Like your son?
I don't know.
Your boy?
I don't know. I don't even know. He's just like my boy. I don't want to marry him. I want to. He's like my little meow meow. Yeah, there's no romance potential there, but I love him, and he's the best dancer in the game. I'm sorry. Like, objectively, that's not true, but in my heart, it's the truth.
How did that even happen? How did you even make him a dancer in the first place?
I was playing Blue Lions for the first time, and on
my sister's
Switch, and I was like, Janice, who do I make my dancer? Like, who in the Blue Lions, or like who that I'm recruiting? And she's like, well, Dorothea's like a canonical, and I'm pretty sure I recruited Dorothea. She's like, Dorothea's like the canonical one. And I'm like, yeah, maybe I should do Dorothea, but like, and I was like, I really like Felix though, and I think it would be so funny for him to be dancer. And she's like, well, you're playing on easy mode. You could make anybody your dancer. And I was like, well, yeah. And the dance competition came around, and I had to pick someone. And he was like, please don't. Are you gonna make me your dancer? Yes. What? I was joking. He's got one of my favorite, like, dancer interactions where he's like, yeah, you'll pick me. Yeah. No.
What if I do, Felix? Huh? What then?
And it's just he's best boy. I don't know. I went into it like all ready for Dimitri to be my favorite character, and it's like technically he could go at the top of S tier, but Felix just beats him by this like slight margin. And because like I was playing through it, like, and I saw that first cutscene, and I saw Felix, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna love Felix, aren't I? Oh, I hope he doesn't surpass Dimitri. But it's fine because Dimitri is like my husband. Felix is my boy.
I just, whenever you say boy, it's like, is he you and Dimitri's son?
No, that's not what I mean.
No, it's not what you mean, but it's like a funny image. Yeah, we're so proud of our boy. He got all A's and B's this past quarter.
I really like Felix. So the thing I was saying about with Dimitri, where it's like you really should see it coming, it's so funny to me that for the whole Blue Lions route, Felix is like, yeah, he's like fucked up. Like, he's insane. Like, that guy's crazy. I don't like him. He's insane. And you're like, yeah, Felix, whatever. Yeah, whatever, Felix. And then
Felix seems like the insane one.
He seems like he's crazy. It's like, dude, have you seen Dimitri? Like, okay, sometimes he activates his crest and breaks a lance in half by accident. Whatever. And then you get to like the Edelgard's the Flame Emperor chapter, and you're like, oh my god, Felix was right this whole time? What? And it's like insane to me. I really like Felix.
Yeah, Felix is really, and he's such a good unit too. He's so powerful in battle.
But my thing is like at this point, I don't know what to do with Felix other than make him a dance. I at one point,
Mortal Savant.
I
know you hate Mortal Savant.
I don't hate Mortal Savant. It's just like not one of the best put together classes. Like, you're just better off putting characters in other classes. But then I'm just like I recruited him and Mercedes when I did like my Black Eagles recruit run, and I used them, and it was like I made Mercedes my dancer, I think. And so then it was like, well, who? No, that was when I made Hubert my dancer. That might have been when I went back to the Blue Lions after I finished all the routes. So I was like, well, I guess I'll make him a Mortal Savant. And it was like, I think I ended up making him like a Dark Knight, and it was like fine. I think he does really well in Sniper, is what I've heard, and also right now I'm making him a Wyvern Rider, in my Maddening run, because him and Dorothea are the two non-Ashen Wolves are Golden Tier students that I'm using, and I like, he's like fine in it. It's like, it's hard for me to get him to a point where he can get into the class though, because I'd much rather have him use like gauntlets to try and get healing focus, which is the best combat art in the game, than focus on like making him use axes. So it's like,
he does not seem like the axe kind of guy.
Yeah. Which I also know, I've heard that he's just really good in Sniper too, which but he is absolutely my favorite character in this game. It's hard for me to say anybody else would be it besides Dimitri. And they're like almost tied, but Felix wins out just a little bit, which again is really weird because I have not supported him and I have no interest in it, which I think is funny.
Do you think you ever will? Or is it like a point of pride at this point?
My plan is to support everybody, so like I will eventually. Although it would be really funny to have everyone supported but Felix.
Can you support him with male Byleth?
No.
Boo.
Right? He's he shouldn't even be supportable by female Byleth. I'm sorry.
No, he literally
him and
like
Hubert.
No. It's like I won't even call Felix emo though. He's not emo. He's just brooding.
Yeah, he's moody.
Yeah.
But
intense.
He and Sylvain are probably like my favorite pairing in the game too. I really like them together. Him and Dimitri are good too, but there's something about him and Sylvain, and I think with Dimitri, I personally think that at one point he maybe had a crush on Dimitri, and then it went away when Dimitri went crazy. And I do really like his ending with Dimitri though. I don't like how this game does this thing every once in a while where they specifically state that two characters are not married. They do it with Raphael and Ignatz, where Ignatz marries Raphael's sister instead of Raphael. Or Felix. I do really like the Felix's grief was more potent than the Queen's. I think that's funny. But at the same time, it's like, well, why does Dimitri need a queen if he has Felix? Which also, it's like, I think it's like canon that like Dimitri dies young from an illness, Which is weird.
That is weird. That's like, oh, huh. After all that, he just gets like taken out by like polio. Okay, great.
Yeah. Which is funny. But also like really sad. Yeah. And then next up, I'm going to put in Catherine. Catherine is another one. Like, she's fine as like a person. Like, she's another like devout to Lady Rhea character, which is like whatever. But then like, I've been making her a Pegasus Knight. She's amazing as a Pegasus Knight. Oh my god, like, she'll destroy anything. And she's another great dodge tank, especially as a Pegasus Knight, which definitely boosts her up for me. Yeah, she's a good unit, and I think that just makes me like her a lot more. And it's a pretty easy, like, she's there. She doesn't have any supports. She's not that great of a unit. Whatever. She's just there for the game. She doesn't annoy me, except for like when you're buying stuff and she's just like, is this the one? Is this the one? Is this the one? And it's like, shut up. You don't need to say every single one. Jesus.
Anna's so weird to me because like she occupies this weird middle ground between like playable character and NPC, where she is both. Like, she's a playable character, but she's just like an NPC. Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I also have Geralt on here. I think the only non-playable character that's on here, besides Rhea. Geralt, I don't want to mess up the rest of the tier. Okay. I'm going to put him at the bottom of B tier. Like, I mean, he's not in a lot of the game, but he probably, in terms of like the dad characters, he definitely shines the best because he just feels like a good dad. And his death cutscene is really, really sad. And the whole, like, it being the first time Byleth ever cries, I think, is a really, really, really cool detail. And he does what he needs to do in the story. And I really like Geralt. Which I really like that when a character dies in a cutscene, they play the same music that they play when they die as like a unit in battle. I think that The Dream Is Over is a really fun death song. Weird to say, I know, but I like that it's in both cutscene deaths and gameplay deaths. Which also, in terms of death lines, I really like that Fire Emblem has death lines. I think they do it. Like, Genshin has death lines, but they're also like bland. But these guys have like really good ones. Ingrid's is the best. Again, weird thing to say, I know, but she has the best death line.
What's hers again?
I don't want to sit here and voice act Ingrid's death line.
Just tell me what she says.
Glenn, it's like, Glenn, I'll see you soon. Death isn't sad, not really.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which is like, oh. Felix's is also really sad because it's like, he doesn't even know that he's dying because it's like, where's my weapon? Can't see anything. Like, I like the way that the game shows character in every way that they possibly can. I really like that detail, and I think it's really, really nice.
Yeah, that kind of ties into like something that like I don't even remember what I was watching, like some YouTube video about Fire Emblem the other day, just like in the background, and like the person was like, they described Fire Emblem in a way I didn't really think about it before, but it was like, it's a game about war, but it's not like a typical game about war where you're just mindlessly throwing like just random peons against other random peons. Yeah. Like, all of your units are like are so full of personality, and like you care about them. You care about them so much, and especially if you're playing on classic mode, it gives this whole new depth to like you can't let them die. You have to fight this war without letting these people you care about die. It's not just aimless like.
I know sometimes it's like, okay, Warriors. Whatever, this character fell, fine, I'll just replace him with another unit. I will not let a character die. I have yet to let a character die. I will absolutely do everything. Like, I probably could have continued through my Maddening run if I'd let like Lawrence and Ignatz die in chapter 13, and I wouldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's how the game is meant to be played.
yeah.
You're supposed to Divine Pulse and restart the battles until you can get through without a character dying.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. That's how it's supposed to be. That's why the Divine Pulse is there,
Yeah.
in my mind at least. In my
Mm-hmm.
and
And
I feel like that works with the story.
I think
That's what Byleth would do.
I think no recruit runs also are like I'm really glad I did my no recruit runs because I really do think that um, it's really meaningful. I know it sounds like awful to say, but it's meaningful to have to kill the other characters because it's the game is about the horrors of war. It's not fun war, you get to do battle, blah blah blah.
Yeah, let's just kill random bad guys who are like
It's
faceless, like
yeah,
baddies.
it's like and like obviously if you're doing like a really hard run, you want to recruit as many people as you can so that because the playable units are more difficult than the non-playable ones, so you just want to get as many replaced with the non-playable unit as you can. But it's doing the no recruit run solely for the story was really nice because it's part of the game, and I think it's a big part of the game is how devastating war is, and I think that's like a huge part of Edelgard and Dimitri's story, where it's like Dimitri wants to end the war, Edelgard's the one who caused it, and even though she wasn't the one who did the the tragedy of Dusker, she still started a war, and he still has, even though he recognizes that it wasn't her fault for the tragedy of Dusker, he still has to defeat her, and he still tries to make peace, which is like great character development because at first he was not willing to make peace, but she can't let it go and stabs him, and he kills her, which I know I can't remember if I thought he died when she stabbed him, but I know you did.
Yeah, well, I really did. I thought they were both like killing each other in that moment, which I was like, okay, slay.
I will talk about it when we do the root tier list, but in a second. But I do really like the dagger motif of the Blue Lions.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are my. Oh, can you say who are your 3 S tier characters and your 3 F tier characters? Do 1 and 1.
Honestly, I don't know. I've been thinking about it. Like, I think Lysithia's definitely up there. I don't know. This is in no particular order, but like 3 S tiers. Like Lysithia, I don't even know if Ash would be up there. Like, I'd love Ash. He's like a fun guy, but like, I don't know. He is pretty like basic. I just really like him. But like Lysithia, probably Linhart too, and
well, I know you like glass cannons.
I do. They're fun to play.
I like dodge tanks.
Yeah, I don't even know.
It'll be really fun to play Warriors together, 3 Hopes together.
I'm really like, I feel like I don't know. I'm like, I'm holding myself back from saying Lawrence. Like, I can say like Lawrence now. I don't know what it is.
Lawrence is a guy.
I don't know. I want to say Linhart, Lysithia, Ash. I'll say those.
Really
and Lawrence
nice
is a close runner-up.
It's really nice to see character development.
Yeah, it is.
And I think character development can be really hard to portray in this game because it depends on what supports you get. But if you like, eventually you really do want to see all the supports because you want to see how characters develop in different ways.
Yeah.
And I sometimes it's hard because like you'll get to like B support with 2 characters and it's like, oh, this character is really developed, and then you see their C support with another character and it's like, girl, what have you just right back to where we started, huh? But and I think it's just it has to be that way. There's not really any way to fix that within the gameplay, and it's unfortunate that that's the way it has to be. But it is really nice to see the characters grow, and Lawrence is a great example of that. He really does grow.
Yeah, I think what really like tipped the scales on Lawrence for me, like actually really liking him, was I don't know if it's his A support with Claude. It's one of his higher. It's either his A or his B support with Claude. Or do they have an S support? No.
They have an ending.
Okay. Oh well, I definitely didn't reach the S support yet. So
No,
it's
no,
either
no.
his A or his B
No,
support.
there's only Byleth has S supports. It's if they
Oh
have an
yeah,
A
yeah.
support, they have an ending.
Oh okay, yeah, yeah. So I think it probably is the A
except for
support.
Seth and Cyril.
But it was the one where like Claude and Lawrence are like Claude like kind of jokingly but like half jokingly offers Lawrence like leadership of the alliance. And Lawrence is like, Claude, like I talk a lot of shit on you, but like I've been observing you very closely and you have what it takes to be a leader and I would gladly take the position, but I think
Contrarians
you're
in this
better at
game are
me.
so good because they're all
Yeah.
so different.
Because I don't know what it is about Lawrence. In so many of his supports, he seems like a dick, and he kind of is, and he's like weird and creepy.
Yeah. And his
like,
supports with Byleth are a pretty good showcase of that. Like the whole all these women are complaining about you, and Lawrence is like, but I haven't done anything wrong. And it's like, yeah, you have, and he's like, but I haven't.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, you have.
I don't know though. It's just like in his later supports, he just becomes so like noble and like chivalrous,
which is like
and like reasonable.
Mm-hmm. Which is like
I don't know.
I think him and Ferdy being the two like noble character, like the extremely noble characters is really good because then you like there's almost like Felix, Ferdinand, and Lawrence have this like there's things they have in common and things that they don't have in common, things that two of them have in common that the other one doesn't have. It's just like so fun, and I love the fact that all three have their like retainer, which I still think Hilda's retainership is like weird just because like she's recruitable in the Blue Lions. I don't really know why she's not recruitable in Crimson Flower. I guess it's just to maintain some level of being with Claude-ness, because you're not really against Claude in the Blue Lions route. But and I think Hilda and Lawrence share being Claude's backup a bit more than the other ones do, where Dedue and Hubert are just like fully Edelgard and Dimitri's supports. And I think that ends up being very interesting because out of all of them, Lawrence ends up being the one that likes his lord the most.
Yeah. Lawrence is just so
I really like Claude and Lawrence, like their ending together. It's really nice. And I don't know if I have the Black Eagles is the route I've played the least probably, and so I don't really have much to, and Ferdinand is just a character I haven't used a lot. So I don't really have as much to say about Ferdinand. I really like Felix being the contrarian to Dimitri. I think that's also handled very well because he also, like, he used to be friends with him, and by the end of the game, he is friends with him again because Dimitri has kind of learned the error of his ways, and also Felix's dad died for him, which is interesting. Well, not the whole thing is that it wasn't for him; it was for what he believed in. But you know what I mean. The contrarians in this game are really good.
Yeah.
And they all have their little niche thing that makes them really good.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think Lawrence is. I'm still thinking about Lawrence. He just like he has such a clear goal, such a clear ambition, and like a moral like obligation that he feels to serve the world and to like make the world like a better place in his own way. Because it really does seem like he's just
all the contrarians are about, are doing something good, like, and they all have these like really strong morals where like Lawrence is very like Lawrence and Ferdinand definitely take the more noble route, while Felix more so takes the noble suck route, where it's like like the he died like a true knight line is so impactful, and it really makes me not like Rodrigue. Even though he's a great dad to Dimitri. I don't know. I really like the Contrarians. That's why Felix is really high up there.
Yeah, I'm excited to play the Black Eagles because I know nothing about Ferdinand. I don't know anything about that guy.
He's a little at the beginning. He's a little not annoying, but like he's specifically he's a contrarian. He's meant to be like combative and like wants to show off and wants to be better than Edelgard, which sets off a lot of characters. Less so Edelgard, more so Hubert. Hubert and Ferdinand, definitely I would recommend going for their ending, or at least trying to get their ace, which I mean you'll get if you're using both of them. Going for their ending is nice, and just their A support's really good, or A plus support or whatever. I really like this game and a lot of the characters.
Yeah.
And okay, I'm going to put it onto webcam and set up the next tier list. I just realized I'm so off center on the webcam. Let me fix that. It's because my desk is like off center, or the spot in my desk where I can sit is off center. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, I think I'm watching the stream now on Twitch. I just saw you when you switched over to the webcam. The webcam screen got a lot smaller, so it made you a lot more off-centered. You weren't that off-centered.
I probably had it set up specifically to like combat the off-centeredness. So. Sorry, I'm dragging all the characters out the list. Do you agree with me when I say that female Byleth is the canon Byleth?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, she can support all the lords.
Yeah, and again, she has the better gender locked classes. Women definitely got it better. I'm still so mad that men can't be Pegasus Knights because Felix would have been such a good Pegasus Knight. Like that would have been the class I made him every time, probably, instead of Dancer.
Yeah. Thank you, women. A little keyboard ASMR.
I love my keyboard. I love how clicky clacky it is. Okayest root. What should I make the second tier?
Good root.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm gonna start off with the obvious. I mean, what else do you want from me? It's Dimitri. I love the character focuses of it. I really like revenge arcs. Like they're just, and especially revenge arcs that aren't like I know some people will complain about them turning out like where they end with like the person not needing to get revenge anymore or not wanting to get revenge anymore, blah blah blah. And it's like I do think that the whole like changing their mind about revenge works really well when it is still recognized that the character that they need revenge, they wanted revenge against, still needs to be taken down. Spoilers for Fullmetal Alchemist. I think Dimitri and Roy Mustang compare really well, and they like two of my like favorite character stories ever, just because of how they mature from their need for revenge. And I think they're both really well written stories. I can appreciate a good revenge arc where it's handled really well. And again, I really like the fact that the last chapter is called Oath of the Dagger, the swapping back and forth of the dagger, where Dimitri gives it to Edelgard when they're younger, then as Flame Emperor, Edelgard drops the dagger, and then he gives it back to her at their meeting, which I love that he kept it all those years, even when he was, like, losing it. And then he gives it back to her at that meeting where he's asking for peace. And then at the very end of the game, she gives it back to him. Which he told her to cut her own path with it. She did.
It just
she
looked...
tried to.
She just...
You're definitely supposed to think he's dead.
It just looked so much like she stabs him right in the heart. Directly
it's
in
right,
the heart.
Because it's right here. As opposed to, like, right here.
Yeah.
And you're definitely supposed to think that he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, the way that they have it angled, you can't tell if it's in the shoulder or in the heart. Which, I mean, I guess with the armor he's wearing, like, I don't think he would be able to get hit in the heart like that. But it's still, like...
Yeah, but, like...
Yeah.
Your first little, like... The first... interpretation of it, like, when you first see that scene, like, yeah, it's like, oh, he just got stabbed right in the heart, and he's dead forever and ever.
So, we already talked so much about the Blue Lions. I'm trying to think if there's anything more I have to say about it. I love how character driven it is. It's a really good character, or just a really good route. It is the one we'll be streaming for Three Hopes, Friday.
And I feel like, I mean, so, like, you definitely feel like it's the canon route, right? It's gotta be.
So, here's the thing. I think the Blue Lions, at least from what I gather from the game personally, especially, like, knowing that the Blue Lions have those early chapters revolving around them, a lot of the Blue Lions are the ones who show you around the monastery. It's the route that canonically has the most lords alive by the end. I personally would love for it to be the canon route. I think the canon route is the route that I'm going to put in good tier. I don't think Silver Snow is great. I don't think it's super well written. I think the only reason that it's better than the other two is because it probably is the canon route, and it is the first route they finished and the route they put the most time into. They put a lot of time and effort into Silver Snow. And it is the Byleth route. It doesn't personally speak to me. I definitely like the Blue Lions more. And I don't think there's any way to really state one route is the canon route. And I think, like, it could very well be Edelgard's, like, I mean, she's the one that you default to when you're picking a route. Like, it starts on hers. Hers is definitely the most different from all the rest, but hers is also the shortest.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it's really hard to, like, there's so much evidence for any route being the canon route. Personally, in my heart, it's the Blue Lions. I think from a game-making standpoint, it's probably Silver Snow. Which, there are parts of Silver Snow I really like. I kind of like the confusion around the survival of the lords. Because, like, obviously, like, you know Edelgard is dead. But Claude and Dimitri are both, like there's some very, like, they specifically go out of their way to be like, is Dimitri alive or dead? Because here he is, but is that a ghost? I know you haven't done it yet.
I've not done this route. I don't know anything about this route. So, like, I don't care about spoilers. But, like, this is all news to me.
When I talk about Claude's route, I do have to spoil some stuff. I'm really sorry.
I'm at the one part where I think we're going to meet up with I'm right about to do the mission where we're going to meet up with all the troops that Judith is sending in. So, like, I feel like I'm approaching the end, but, like, there's a lot of very climactic things that have not happened and I haven't seen. Okay. But, like, again, I don't really care about spoilers.
The thing about Silver Snow and Golden Deer is that Edelgard feels like she should be the final boss, but she's not. And I think it's really interesting in both routes how that's handled. In both routes, I think it's handled in the same way.
Wait, in Silver Snow and Claude's route,
Yep.
she's not the final boss?
Nope.
Interesting.
Which I'm just gonna do this real quick. She's okayest. He's Claude's route. So Edelgard's route did not really speak to me. I don't really care for Edelgard. She doesn't interest me. And there was just it was the shortest route. It felt very rushed. It felt like we were rushing through everything. I don't like the thing that really ruins that route for me is the ending of, oh, and by the way, we took out those who slither in the dark. They're dead now. Where it's like it's a very like pushed by Hubert thing. Like it's Hubert's thing that you need to take out those who slither in the dark. But in the route Hubert is in, you don't do it. They're just like at the end. By the way, we did it. We took out some of those who slither in the dark. They're dead now. Don't worry, we took care of them. And it's like, what? And I just like it came as a total surprise when the route ended earlier. It's short. Claude's route could have been so good because Claude is such a good character, but Claude's route is not about Claude. Claude's route is Silver Snow, but Claude's also there sometimes. That's what Claude's route is.
Wait, you said Claude's route is like what?
It's Silver Snow, but Claude is there sometimes.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
The thing that, like first of all, Claude has the same ending in every route, except for, like, technically Silver Snow, where it's like, is he dead? Is he not dead? I think. It's been a while since I played Silver Snow, and that's the one I've done the least, so I don't remember it super well. But Claude goes back to Elmira in every single route. There's nothing different for him.
Wait, he leaves Fodland?
In every single route. If he survives.
I thought he wanted to be the leader of the Alliance and then, like, open, like, the, like...
No, he puts you in charge.
Change Fodland for the better. But he just, like, bounces?
Yep. And in both... I do really like that in both Silver Snow and, Golden Deer, right after you kill Edelgard, you get this, like, letter from the deceased Hubert that's like, by the way, can you go kill those who slither in the dark, please? Thank you.
Please.
Yeah, and it's I do like that you handle those who slither in the dark in both those routes, and I don't mind that you don't do it in Dimitri's because it doesn't feel necessary in Dimitri's, where, and I really think Dimitri's is the one you should do first, because it does feel very different from the rest of them because of how Dimitri focused it is, where it's like you get like the surface level of the lore and very heavy Dimitri, whereas the other ones you get very heavy lore, and Edelgard's is probably the best balance of it. And then Silver Snow and Golden Deer are both very lore heavy, so just like the same lore in both of them. Except you get slightly more lore in Silver Snow. But the thing that ruins the Golden Deer route for me, that I say just they should not have done this, is the fact that Edelgard's death in both Silver Snow and Golden Deer is the exact same. And it should not be. In Dimitri's, Dimitri gets his whole thing with Edelgard. Claude should have gotten something with Edelgard. Claude should have been the one who kills Edelgard in Golden Deer. But they use the exact same cutscene in Silver Snow and Verdant Wind, where Byleth has defeated Edelgard, and Edelgard gives this little monologue where she's saying, you have to kill me. That's the only way to end this war. You have to do it. Just do it. It's your path lies across my grave. It's time for you to walk it. And then her very last line is, I wanted to walk with you. And then you kill her. And it's so good in Silver Snow and so bad in Claude's route because you don't know Edelgard in Claude's route and Edelgard doesn't know you. In Silver Snow, for most of the game, you've had Edelgard.
Wait, yeah, that does not make sense for Claude's route because I don't in Claude's route, which I'm playing right now, I don't interact with Edelgard at all. At
Yeah.
all. Not at all.
And
I talk to her like twice a month when I explore. I talk to her once a month when I explore. And that's it.
And when, and in Silver Snow, you've had her. She was your student. She was your main student. She was your lord. Yeah,
that makes sense for that route. That's weird. Is it just? Do you think that's just because like they got rushed with the development of the game?
Yes, I think.
And they just like reused the cutscene.
I want to say Edelgard and Claude's route were probably the last ones done.
Interesting. I mean, Edelgard's like it is shorter. It does seem like
Yeah. And they don't do anything with Claude in Claude's route. He's the exact same in his own route as he is in every single other one.
He's perfect, just the way he is.
I have mixed feelings about this, but I feel like Seteth should have only been in Silver Snow.
What do you mean?
Because the thing about Silver Snow, when you do Reunion at Dawn, which is the hardest chapter in the game, you start with Byleth and your lord. Well, you skip that in Edelgard's route.
Yeah, and in Silver Snow you just start with Seteth, right?
Yes, and I feel like Claude and Dimitri's route, both having Seteth, kind of takes away from you having Seteth in Silver Snow, where it feels like Seteth should have been your lord in Silver Snow, or you should have gotten Rhea. I think one of the two.
I was so shocked when I found out Rhea isn't playable even in Silver Snow. It seems like she would be a playable character.
I think the story of Silver Snow, it doesn't really make sense, but I feel like for at least some of Silver Snow, like they could have set it up so that she's different.
Yeah.
She's not.
I mean, I don't know
by the Empire in Silver Snow, but
yeah, I don't know the story of Silver Snow. Mm-hmm. So is that where she is? She's captured by the Empire? I didn't know that.
Yes, she did. It's the same thing in the Blue Lions.
Oh, I must have forgotten that then.
Well, she's not. But she doesn't make a reappearance in the Blue Lions, so that's probably why.
Oh yeah, that's right. So it's like whatever. But like, I don't know the story of Silver Snow, but I think I like Rhea's design so much, and I think Rhea is such a cool character, regardless of how I actually feel about her. I think she's very cool.
You fight her in Edelgard's route. You get to see her in action in a couple paralogs. Well, in one paralog, in Catherine and Ash's paralog, which I'm sorry we didn't do in your Blue Lions run, and I'm sorry you couldn't get the support between Ash and Felix.
Funny, don't worry.
That's my bad.
We didn't want to do the battle, whatever.
It's a Fog of War map, they're annoying. And you don't get that much out of their paralogs, so it's like, whatever. Because Ash doesn't have a crest weapon, and you already have Catherine, so it's like, why do it? Claude is the exact same in Golden Deer as he is in every other route, and he is not the one who kills Edelgard. And the Golden Deer, I will say, has one of the best endings, I think. I think that ending cutscene of Golden Deer is really cool. I won't spoil that for you. Thank you. It has some of the best, like, final maps in the game. Like, as much as I love the Blue Lions, their final map is kind of annoying. But it's well done. Or it's not well done. Its story is really good, and its ending cutscene is also really good. The map itself is, like, whatever. It's kind of annoying. Edelgard's is also a little too annoying for me, just probably because it's so early in the route. And Silver Snow's is also really annoying. So I do think Golden Deer has one of the best endings. It's just in terms of cutscenes, in terms of Claude's ending, it's like, yeah, he's doing the exact same thing in this route.
That is a shame, because I really like Claude. He's so interesting.
Like, he's one of the, like, most nobody, I've never met anyone who dislikes Claude. Because it's Claude. And he's a great character, they just don't do anything with him.
That is so weird that he leaves Fodlan after the, like, story is over.
In every route.
It just seems so contrarian to, I mean, from what I've seen of his character so far, and I'm pretty far into his route, it just seems so contrary to his ambitions.
I think it works very well in Blue Lions, because he's like, I'm going to trust, and it works well in the Black Eagles if you choose not to kill him as well, where it's like, he explicitly says, you guys have got this, I'm going to Elmira. And it's really funny in the Blue Lions where you're like, wait, you're not gonna help? And he's like, nah. Here's Failnaught, by the way.
Okay. Oh wait, I do remember that where he gave us Failnaught. Okay.
Yeah.
I do remember that now. But that like made sense in Blue
Yeah.
Lions. It did. It felt right.
Because he's like, oh, you guys have got this. And in Edelgart's right, it's like, yeah, I lost. I get that. And
Yeah, this is beyond repair.
But like he lost the fight, so he says, this is yours. You guys win. And it's just Claude's route could have been so good, and it's not about Claude. It is Silver Snow Part 2 Electric Boogaloo. Except worse.
Should I have done Silver Snow before Claude's
I
route?
think maybe. I remember being like, maybe you should do it, but then you wanted to support Claude, and I was like, yeah, just do Claude's first.
Yeah.
I did Blue Lions, Golden Deer, Black Eagle, Silver Snow.
That was I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna do Silver or Golden or Black Eagles next after I finish Golden Deer, and then do Silver Snow last because Silver Snow is so. It just seems unique, and
yeah, and I know.
Although I might get annoyed doing like the first half being like the exact same with Edelgard's route, but like whatever.
It's also it's like oh you have Edelgard the whole time and you're like, oh, I'm gonna lose her.
Oh, I guess you don't. If I'm planning on doing Silver Snow, like I guess I don't really have to invest much into Edelgard because she kind of just fucks off,
and
right?
Hubert. I have to ask you, who do you think you'll make your dancer in Black Eagles?
I mean, I don't know how most of the Black Eagles function because I've only ever used Linhardt. Is Linhardt the only Black Eagles I recruited?
I think you recruited Caspar, but you made him
he was just an admin, though. I never used him in battle. Yeah, so like Linhardt's the only one who I know how he actually functions in battle, and he was a really good dancer. So it's probably going to be between him and Dorothea, just because like I don't like to. I know you love making Felix your dancer, who's like a very non-dancer character, but like I don't like to rock the boat. Like I just wanted to see if you were going to say Hubert. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe.
I will say in Black Eagles, Linhardt's going to be your main healer probably, so I probably wouldn't recommend making him your dancer.
I'll probably build Dorothea then. I almost said Lysithea.
She is like canonically the dancer.
Yeah, and for my like first playthrough of some of these routes, I'll probably just go with what's like kind of canon for a lot of things, just because like it's how the game was designed to be played. I feel like I'll play it like it was designed for the first couple playthroughs, I guess.
I just wanted to see if you said Hubert. I guess outside of that, Hubert. I mean, technically Dark Mage, but Dark Mage, you need the Dark Seals for, isn't great. I guess Dark Knight maybe. But even that, it's like I think he has like a budding talent in Lance. I want to say.
Honestly, for Hubert, like Hubert's one of those characters where it's like, I do find Hubert very interesting to look at. I really might base his like class I go with off what outfit looks good on him within reason, but like I might just go with like the magic vest on him.
Yeah, he uses reason. Please put him in a reason class. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, he ought to be within reason. Yeah, I just might go with what looks best on him though, because he needs to look good. That's his main strength, in my opinion.
I'm just saying, he looks pretty fantastic in the dancer outfit.
I know, that's what's so rough. The dancer outfit looks so good, especially on the guys.
Oh, it's so funny. That's what I have Byleth running around in, is the dancer outfit, the DLC dancer outfit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm excited
to get the DLC outfits. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had them on my first.
You could also. Don't forget, there's the Ashen Wolves are always free recruits. Pretty much any of them would probably make a good dancer just because they're like free recruits. Balthus would be really funny.
Oh, he would. I wonder how he looks in. I'm googling that right now. How he looks in the dancer outfit, actually.
I don't think I've seen him. I know Dimitri's supposed to be like a lot of people make Dimitri their dancer just for like the funniness of it, and That usually works out well for them, especially post time skip Dimitri as dancer.
Actually, Balthus looks. He looks really good in the dancer outfit.
I'd imagine. Hold on, I'm going to put this up on webcam.
Actually, yeah. I'm saving this picture.
You're saving. What are you saving it for?
I'm kidding.
Hold on.
Let me check.
I think
Rule
there is a 3 hopes.
34.
I think there is a 3 hopes design.
I'm actually just gonna look at all the characters in the dancer outfits.
Okay.
All characters as dancer. No, not all females. I don't care about them.
3 houses / 3 hopes designs. Waifus only. Yeah, I don't think I want to do that tier list. I'm sorry. Waifus only. Okay.
Hubert does look so good in the. Okay. He looks so good in the dancer outfit.
Yeah. Told you.
We'll see. We'll see when I play through.
Give me 1 second. So I have been drawing each of the 3 hopes designs, and posting them on Tumblr and TikTok. So I like to say I know them decently well.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some really good ones, and some really bad ones, and some really mid ones.
Yeah, I feel like this is where our opinions. I mean, like, obviously we agree on a lot of them, but like, oh, are you?
What?
Which are you doing their Fates designs? Or your 3 hopes designs? I mean, not Fates.
Fates. Why are you talking about Fates so often now?
No, I just keep confusing the names.
Yes, they're 3 hopes designs. Let's see how this looks. I did not randomize this. Also, I have no idea where I'm going to put anybody already, so... There are some really good ones, and some characters they really did dirty. Oh, I put them all in... Whatever, I don't need an F tier for this one. There's not enough for me to warrant an F tier. To be ranked. I just realized I put them all in F tier. I'm going to start off with some easy ones. Dimitri's an easy S tier. Felix is an easy S tier. Hilda's an easy S tier. Her design is just so good. She's easy A tier. A tier.
Oh, Mary Ann's does look so
Mary
good.
Ann's is so good. Linhart's is really good. Oh shoot. Oh no. Oh no. No, I'm sorry. Hubert has to go at the top of A tier. This is just so good though. This is really difficult. Here's what I will say. I'm not really a fan of Raphael's, Ignatz. It does feel like I'm just putting a lot of characters I don't really like. I don't like Leonie's either. Leonie's is like fine. Ingrid. I'm so sorry that they did that to you.
It's so rough. Ingrid's is so rough.
Dorothea.
It's such a shame too.
Dorothea, I really like Dorothea's, but like, she looks gorgeous. She doesn't look any different. Because she's always been gorgeous. Hers is really good. Like I said, with the little hearts. Dedue's is like fine. Hers is I'm not really a fan of the forehead ponytail. Sylvain's is like boring. I'm sorry. I really like, as someone who loves Sylvain, his is like I'll put cut there. I just have so many characters in A tier. I know Lysithia's design is really good. It's the same as Dorothea's. There's nothing different about it. It's like it's just her like post time skip design slightly different. And it's like great. Like you didn't change anything. I'm gonna go with that. There's my tier list
Mm-hmm.
of the outfits. I'm gonna do this just so it's even. There we go. I like making it even. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I'm not as familiar with them as you are.
Oh, where are they? There's no Ashen Wolves. Oh, all the Ashen Wolves are really good. Although, both is like, he's shirtless as always, so like, love it. But his is like also kind of eh. Yuri's also isn't super different from what we've seen before. Constance in the Gremory outfit, it's so weird to me that they put her in the Gremory outfit, but like, she's rocking it. Happy's is, her design is perfect as always. Just wish her personality was better. I'm gonna do that. Hilda's is just too good. Like, really, it really is.
Yeah, Hilda's is really. I'm looking them up right now, so hopefully I'll be able to. Just show me pictures, please.
Is the little pictures too small?
I just can't see their full outfits.
Oh.
Ugh, it's only giving me like headshots of these people.
That's all that's
from
really
like the
out
shoulders
besides
up.
in the videos. There's
And no one made like a little compilation of like.
No.
Too much
Believe
to
me,
ask.
as someone who had to look for references, no,
Oh.
they didn't.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
I really like what's his name? Snez?
Shez.
Shez. Not Snez.
Wait, now I can't think of it. Is it Shez?
I think it's Shez.
Yes, it is Shez.
I can't over, especially male Shez. Like the female, well, whatever. Yeah. But like the male Shez looks so good. I really like his design. That like bright purple hair.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. I think he looks really cool.
Let me literally pull it up.
Another like little fella. Another like funny little guy.
I hate to say it to you, Liam, but I'm probably gonna pick the female one when we play it.
That's okay.
I mean, I'll probably play as the male eventually. The female one is really good. I really like her hair.
Yeah, her hair is really. Her hair is both of them have
so
really
different compared to like how Byleth looks between female and male. I feel like
they almost look like different characters. Yeah.
Like they have the same color scheme.
Yeah.
I will probably go female Shez, female Byleth. Although maybe I'll go male Shez, female Byleth. I know I'm going female Byleth.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to play Three Houses this weekend. It's gonna be so good. Oh, I'm trying to think. Is there any other? Oh, I just realized it was showing me flipping back and forth between the two Shezes. But it's like zoomed in really weirdly. Weird. I'm so excited for Three Hopes this weekend. It's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
Trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to talk about. With Three Houses. What are 3 things that you're looking forward to, or you're really hoping are going to be in Three Hopes?
Ooh, I don't know. I didn't even think about it. I mean, like, okay, to be fair, I don't really know how Fire Emblem Warriors, like, works. Like, they've done other games in the same style, right?
One.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I didn't even think about it. I mean, more character interaction between different characters and, like, expanding on character relationships that were already pretty expansive in the original games, too. Like, I don't know. I think that'd be really cool. Because there's just some characters that I really like to see interact.
I know I have a list somewhere of the 3 things I'm looking forward to and that I'm hoping for in Three Hopes, but 3 Hopes for 3 Hopes, but I can't find it. I know I have one somewhere. Gotta stay on brand with what I already already said.
Also, just like I feel like just more like random kind of like cool lore that like isn't even like really relevant to the story, but it's just more like world building. Like Fire Emblem already has like a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like just like random like world building like lore that isn't really important to the story, but just kind of expands on the universe and like the personality of the whole nation. But like I don't know, that's one of my favorite parts. Just learning weird little like stories and fun little like facts and stuff. Just like I don't know, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, and I think you'll really like continuing Golden Deer and Silver Snow for that.
Yeah, because
reason.
It really did feel like when I finished Blue Lions, like I mean, also though we played Blue Lions like over the course of like a year.
Yeah.
It's like we would only ever play it when we like hung out together, for just like little bursts of like a couple hours. So like I would keep forgetting things that happened within the route, but after I finished Blue Lines, it really felt like I didn't really understand, and like even now, still I don't really understand what's going on. Like I know what's going on, but like I feel like there's a lot that I don't really realize it is going on. Like a lot of things that I just haven't even, because I've only finished one of the 4 routes.
Right.
So there's obviously a lot of things I just haven't seen yet.
It's probably the least lore route there is.
Blue Lions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's just so Dimitri focused.
Yeah. So I'm excited to learn more about it. And I think I'm definitely getting to the part of Claude's where we're starting to get into like the like huge like politics of the world and like all the stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I do really wish Claude's route had more Claude. Because I feel like the game is set up so well to have its own lore-heavy route that they didn't need to take Claude's and do the exact same thing with it. And I'm so sad that they did that. Because the other 2 are definitely a lot more lore-based.
What other 2? Like Edelgard and Dimitri, you mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, there's the other 2 lords.
I know I said on my list of 3 hopes for 3 hopes that I am really hoping that specifically Felix, but also the other contrarians have that like really huge role that's kind of implied in the trailers, because the trailers really do all focus on the contrarians for like a hot second, which is really interesting, and I really hope they really have that important role that's like implied from the trailers. I also think it's so funny that you can see in the trailer where the most replayed part on YouTube has been, and it's so funny that Ferdinand and Felix are the most replayed part of the trailer, and then Lauren's is not, and Marianne is.
But Marianne just looks so good. What is Lauren's even? Let me look up Lauren's.
I really thought they were gonna fix him. They didn't. Sorry. I like his post-time skip better than his 3 Hopes design. I just like it better. It's probably
he just kind of looks the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like they did that with quite a few of the Golden Deer where they do.
Yeah, his hair is slightly longer than his pre-time skip design and slightly shorter than his post-time skip design.
Yeah.
Just like a. And
it's like it's true for Lysithea.
Yeah.
It's true. Again, I said it was true for Dorothea. She's not a Golden Deer, I know, but even Ignatz doesn't look that different. Leonie doesn't look that different.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna talk about Ignatz for a second because I know you dislike Ignatz. I don't want to say hate, but I know you dislike Ignatz.
There are very few characters in this game that I hate. I wouldn't even say I hate Happy. I just don't enjoy her.
Yeah, but like Ignatz, like I don't know. I've played the Claude's route and using him. Like he's not that good of a unit for me. Like he does fine because again, easy casual, but like he's not that good compared to my other units. But like I don't know, his like story and his personality is like kind of weird because he's like weirdly like formal and stuff. Which like I don't want to say weird. It's just it's not what I would have expected from him exactly. I don't know about formal though. It's just I don't know. His personality isn't exactly what I would have expected from him, and I wish he would have a little bit more of a backbone. But I really love his whole thing with like his art, and I really, really, really like his post time skip design. I think his post time skip outfit, especially the clothes he's wearing, looks so good. I think he looks really cool. Like the green, I just think it's perfect for him.
Okay, I didn't find the list, but I did remember what they all were. My 3 hopes for 3 hopes. So, I really hope that the Contrarians play like a huge role, like it's implied in the trailers. This was confirmed the same morning that I made my 3 hopes for 3 hopes list, and it was that the Ashen Wolves would be in the game, like in the base game. They are, which. And also, I'm really hoping that Byleth, and I think it's like definitely the case, Byleth is not the main bad guy. And I hope that we join up with Byleth before the end of the game, because I love Byleth and I don't want them to be the villain, because I don't understand why they would be the villain. I'm really excited to see, like, I don't know what anything in the trailers mean. I did not play the demo. I have no intention of playing the demo before I play the game. I want to stream stream as much of it as I can from the beginning, and I'd much rather just wait for the release date than to have played the demo and then been stuck. Not being able to continue. I am very excited for this weekend and for our 3 Hopes stream. It'll be very fun. So wait, can you... What were you? They were just long-winded because obviously you were explaining them. What were your 3 hopes for 3 hopes?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about 3. I want more like just kind of random lore and world building. I think just like random little obscure things that don't even have like impact on the story, but it's just like cool little like side details. I think those are really cool in like games and stuff. What else? I really like like a lot of the character interactions, and I feel like there's some characters in like 3 Houses that just didn't interact as much as I would like them to have. Like they didn't have as many supports, or the supports were kind of lackluster.
I really hope that there's some way in 3 Hopes that Dimitri and Claude interact.
Yeah. And I don't know about a third. I can't think of a third, but. Yeah, I hope it's a fun game.
Perfect.
Submit.
If there's anything else to say about Fire Emblem Three Houses, I'm just so excited for this coming game. I remember I was walking home from back to my apartment from class. And I got a call from my sister, and she's like, Megan, you have to watch the new Nintendo Direct. You have to. Like, it's made for you. And I was like, what does that mean? And she's like, you have to watch it. You have to. So I got back to my apartment, put it on, and I was like skipping through it. I'm like, what on earth is she? Oh my god. And it was like, you get right into it. You see Dimitri's design, and it's like, oh my god, Dimitri looks like... You see Hubert's design, it's like... Because Hubert looks so good. I immediately sketched Dimitri and Hubert just purely out of excitement because I was just so happy to see their new designs. Dimitri's design, his mid-skip design is so good. Hubert's is so good. I'm really excited. And again, like that, obviously, I know I said that you can see my tier list here. There are certain designs that I don't like as much as others. I think some of them don't really do much for the character. They don't really change much. Ingrid's hair is bad. And it's so sad because she has such a good post-time skip design. Her hair is so cute in her post-time skip design. And I guess cutting your hair is like growing it out. You have to do it in stages, I guess.
She literally cut her hair into steps. Like, girl, that's not what we meant when we said layers.
but I think it's just nice to get to see them all in mid-skip designs. And I'm just so excited to see, like, how is Byleth not the professor in this? Like, what does that mean? Oh, I forgot to say, I got my nails done blue for Blue Lions represent. Because, go Blue Lions. Best house. Sorry, not sorry. It's gonna be really fun to play this game.
I'm excited.
Next stream will be on Friday, Three Hopes.
I'll probably try to finish, because like I'm getting close to the end. I'll try to finish Claude's route before Friday, within these next 2 days. I probably won't be able to play much tomorrow, but
binge Edelgard. No.
Cancel all my plans. Call off of work.
It's Edelgard Day.
Yeah. Do you think I could finish a route in 24 hours?
People do it in Crimson Flower. People do it in an hour.
Oh, okay then.
You do have to let everyone die.
Okay, well.
Well, no, actually, the reason you have to let everyone die is so that you don't have to go through their birthdays, so you get the lowest possible time. So I mean, if you don't do it, it just shaves off like a couple minutes. So you don't actually you don't have to let everyone die. But especially if you're doing it on like normal easy, yeah, people do it in like an hour. But obviously they skip cutscenes as well and stuff. But if you're like you could one turn a lot of maps. Like as long as they're not route the enemy.
Yeah.
Like Linhardt knows warp.
Mm-hmm.
Buy up Linhardt's faith high enough that he gets warp, and then just like do it on New Game Plus, and then just use Linhardt to warp Byleth to the end of the map, and you can. I mean, you do it on normal casual. It's really fast. I kind of do want to try a speedrun at some point. I don't think I would be able to do it in an hour, especially not like the first time, and I don't think I would stream it because I would be really nervous streaming it, at least for the first time. But I do want to try speedrunning Three Houses.
Yeah. That would be funny.
Yeah.
Because it's just like it's just so contrary to how the game is meant to be played.
It really is.
Just like
well, because and the difference between like a speed run and a low turn count run is that in a speed run you want to do the least amount of stuff on a single turn and just get a ton of turns in, whereas in a low turn count run you want to do as much as you possibly can in a low turn in one turn, so that you use your turn to the absolute maximum of its ability, which I think is also really interesting.
Yeah.
I really like this game.
It is a really good. I can't even think of any games that this game even feels like comparable to that I've played. And to be fair, I haven't played that many games.
You don't play a lot of JRPGs.
No, I don't.
I mean,
that's probably why.
I really do want to play a Tales game together, particularly Tales of Graces. I think would be really fun. They have really good stories. I mean, they're done entirely differently. Like, you have characters in your party, and those are the characters you have. And I really like that aspect of it. I don't want to get super into talking about Tales of now in this Fire Emblem stream, but I think that that's a fun one that's different, but it's still they're really good games. I mean, Genshin's a JRPG.
Genshin does not feel like Fire Emblem though.
When you told me I should play Genshin, you were like, guy who's only played Fire Emblem, getting real Fire Emblem vibes from this.
Okay, but to be fair, I was also getting real Wizard 101 vibes from this.
Wizard 101, I'm sorry, I don't think it compares to Fire Emblem.
I think it's just the element system that is okay, I guess this is kind of it's just my frame of reference.
Well, I think
okay, I've seen this through the lens of the elemental system.
Is a little too kid oriented in terms of story to compare to Fire Emblem. No,
Wizard
101. I don't have anything against Wizard 101. I don't think it's mature. Like it, I've played it. Like I play it, so I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're immature if you play Wizard 101, but I think
No,
specifically
but
the storyline within it is definitely.
It's made to be digested by a younger audience.
Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with playing it. I mean, I watch kids' cartoons and all that, so I'm not gonna be like, you play Wizard 101, because I also play it. Yeah. But I guess you don't get a lot of anime chess. I don't think that's not a common one. Which I know Final Fantasy is turn based, I think. Or some Final Fantasies are turn based. I've played what's the one with Noctis? I played a little bit of that one. My sister played that one more so. And I got I think Final Fantasy X, and I couldn't get past the first fight. The tutorial fight. So I quit. But I think it was 10. I think that's turn based. And I feel like you don't see as much turn based as you do real time combat.
Yeah. I turn based games are interesting to me. Because I don't know. I mean, Pokemon has been.
Oh, Pokemon's turn based.
Yeah. Yeah, Pokemon has been my main hyperfixate, reoccurring hyperfixation, kind of special interest kind of thing for pretty much since I started. It was my first video game almost.
Oh, it was mine. Pokemon.
Yeah. And Pokemon's probably I want to say the Pokemon franchise, favorite video game franchise ever. It just has such a special little place in my heart. Turn-based games are interesting to me because I feel like a lot of people don't like turn-based games. A lot of people feel like turn-based games are kind of outdated and slow and hindered by the fact that they're turn-based. I don't know. Do you get that? Do you experience that? Feel
really,
that?
But I guess in terms of Nintendo stuff, Pokemon's huge. Fire Emblem, it has its dedicated fans, but it is not nearly as popular. It's why people get really mad when a new Fire Emblem character is added to Smash.
I know. Yeah, I had no idea what Fire Emblem even was. I did not know. For the longest time, I really also really like Super Smash Bros. That's another game
I feel really bad that I don't play any other Fire Emblem games besides Three Houses and Heroes. I did try Fates. I got a little ways into Fates. Fates didn't do it for me. I think I did a little bit of Awakening. Just I've tried other ones. I can't get into them like I can Three Houses, which I know there's talk of the next Fire Emblem game, and I have no clue if I'll be able to play it or not. Because I haven't been able to get into any other ones. I played quite a bit of Echoes and just couldn't get through it. Just didn't interest me the same way Three Houses did.
Yeah.
I really it's Pokemon counts as a JRPG, right?
I guess.
Is it a RPG? It's J. I don't know if it's RPG.
I don't know. I don't really pay that much attention to classifications of games and stuff. I don't know. Okay.
According to Google.
Yeah. Pokemon, the MMORPG.
They should make a Pokemon MMO. I think there was a Pokemon MMO, but I think it was fan made or something.
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
Andrew, my cousin played it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I as someone who is in terms of gaming very JRPG or focused, which I mean you can never go wrong with games like Minecraft or Stardew or whatever. But JRPGs, they're the best to me. I think they're my personal favorites. And I definitely would love to play some more together.
Yeah. We should play.
I have so many that I just haven't played yet. I have Xenoblade. I think I have the Xenoblade version that has all the games. I have Persona 4. I should put Persona 4 on stream. I don't know why I haven't done that yet.
Persona 4 seems really interesting. That's one that I've kind of been wanting to play because it seems super cool. Really?
My sister gave it for me for Christmas. Yeah.
I
should really play Persona 4. I definitely would be more interested, I think, just from what I've heard in Persona 5, but I don't really know too much about Persona 4, so that's going just with having a little bit of knowledge about Persona 5 and no knowledge about Persona 4, which my only Persona 5 knowledge being the Joker's in it. Which even that, I'm like, okay, Joker's in it. I guess it's just I know something about Persona 5 that makes me like... Also, Persona 4 has a yellow scheme, and Persona 5 has a red scheme, and I like red better than yellow. So, Persona 5 looks more interesting to me. I should play Xenoblade, I should play, whatever I just said, Persona 4. And I do think we should play Tales of Graces together. I think we would enjoy that a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. We kind of got off Fire Emblem there a little bit, but we were talking about JRPGs in general.
Yeah, that's okay.
And I think usually my favorite of anything is what I'm playing at the time. Except, granted, I was really way more into Genshin than Fire Emblem for a while, but I definitely would have said I liked Fire Emblem better than Genshin. But right now, Fire Emblem is like my main game, so I'd say it's my favorite game. I think no game will ever beat Minecraft and just being like the most like available for everybody.
The most game.
The most game. It is the better. I would argue that Minecraft is more game than Tetris.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which one's winning right now?
I have no clue.
The most. Hold on. Most. Oh, wait. No, it's the most bought games, I think, not most played games. Because right now, the most played game is PUBG.
Really?
Minecraft is number 1. Guess what? Tetris? Number 3. Do you want to guess what number 2 is?
Wait. What's number? What were the other two you said?
Number 1 is Minecraft.
Yeah.
Number 3 is Tetris.
Number 2, I feel like
you know it.
I definitely do. Rubik's Cube. Final answer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Tell me.
It's GTA 5.
Oh, I would not have guessed that.
Really? I have GTA 5. I don't like GTA 5. I get stressed playing GTA.
GTA 5.
The police are after me. I'm gonna get in so much trouble. I can't do this.
GTA 5 is weird because like there's like a story and like mission mode and like a way to like actually play that game that isn't just like hijacking cars and running people over on the sidewalk and like blowing up planes in the ocean. But like, why would you do the mission mode and like the story mode when it's much more fun to just like get in a car and go like run into other cars?
No, but then if you run into other cars, then you get stars, and then the police are after you, and I get really stressed. I don't like playing Grand Theft Auto because it stresses me out too much. Because I don't like feeling like I'm gonna like someone's mad at me or I'm gonna get in trouble.
See, I get like that in most games, but GTA 5, I think because it's like, I mainly see it as like, and this is just because of my exposure to people who I know in my life who play GTA 5 and the experiences I've had in my personal life with GTA 5, it's like an Xbox game to me. And I know it's on PC, I know it's on other consoles. It's an Xbox game to me. And I don't really like Xbox, and I don't really have any sympathy for like Xbox games or the character, like, I don't want to say characters, because like there are characters in GTA, but like in the story mode. Yeah. I'm not playing the story mode. I don't even own the game. I don't own the game. I've only ever played it like at friends' houses.
I do, and all it does is take up space on my computer, so I deleted it.
Yeah. But like, it's just like they're not people to me.
It's
like,
listen.
I usually get that. I feel like sympathy, and I'm like, I don't want to do bad things in games because it's like whatever. But like GTA, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna like run over a million pedestrians.
I hate when a game is like, here's your options, and you pick like, oh, hey buddy, and it's like, hey buddy, I'm gonna kill you. And it's like, what? That's not what I picked. I don't know. I don't like GTA. It's just
hey, you piece of shit.
It's. I guess would it be an American or an ARPG as opposed to a JRPG? No, I definitely JRPG oriented, which part of why I don't know why like I can't play any of the other Fire Emblems, but I've tried them and I can't get into them in the same way. Which even like I started playing Fates and there were like characters that I was like interested in that I was like, ooh, I do really want to like support this person. And in Fates, you can actually be married to that person. But I also I know the first time I tried it way like years ago, before Three Houses came out even, and my sister had me try it, and I was doing the one, because I was gonna I think it's still S supporting in that game, I think Leo, his name is, and then I couldn't keep going with it, and then I tried again after I played Three Houses, and I started with the route that they recommend, or the game that they recommend you start with, because it's a little, Fates is a bit more Pokemon, where there's different games with different routes, as opposed to one game with 3 routes, like Three Houses is like. And your fucking butler is who I was gonna support in that one. I was like, Jacob, yeah, he's my butler. He's loyal to me. So I gotta pick him. And I couldn't get through it.
Wow, that's so interesting.
And I play Heroes, but I play Heroes as like a little like collect 'em all, where I'm just trying to get all the Three Houses characters, which I do have all of the Three Houses characters, including the summer units that just came out. Which the summer units are really funny. Dimitri looks so bad, and I love it so much. He doesn't look bad, but it's like, it's not my favorite Dimitri design ever. That's for sure. But Edelgard looks cute. Claude's fun. His popsicle daggers are funny. I love when they have like food as their weapon. Like Sylvain having a drink as like his magic, and Mercedes is the same way. And I still have not forgiven Heroes though for the fact that Felix is only in the game as a Christmas alt. I won't forgive them until
so weird.
Make Dancer Felix in Heroes, please. I've every Choose Your Legends that I voted in, I've just voted for Felix. And I love seeing other people encourage people to vote for Felix and then explicitly say that they want Dancer Felix, which I have seen, which makes me so happy because he should be a dancer when he finally
looks so good in the outfit.
He really does. Oh my gosh. Dancer Felix is his canon class. I've decided. It's definitely not true, but in my heart, it's true. I've done Dancer Felix a lot. I'm currently doing Dancer Yuri. I've done Mercedes. I've done Flane. I've done Hubert. Tried Ignatz. Ignatz failed me. I've done Dorothea. What else did I do? Is that it?
Were all the rest of them Felix?
I mean, that's 6 of 5 of them being not Felix, and that's 6 of them being Felix. Yeah.
That's a lot.
What do you want from me? It's his canon class. What do you want? What else am I gonna make him? A mortal savant?
That's what I made him.
I know, and I was like, please make him a trickster instead, and you're like, no.
I just like the concept of Mortal Savant. I think the name is just so cool. It's really just the name is so cool.
It is a really cool name. It's just like Mortal Savant, Holy Knight. They're just classes. They don't do a lot with the characters you put into them.
I made my Marianne a Holy Knight. Well, that's her canon class though.
Yeah, I'm making her a Dark Knight in my Maddening run.
Ooh.
Because I'm skipping Lawrence. Because I didn't feel like using him this run. So it's all the Golden Deer except for Raphael and Lawrence. I'm even using Ignatz. I'm making him a Sniper Rally bot.
Yeah.
And then
that's what my Ignatz is.
Yuri, Constance, Felix, and Dorothea are my 12 units. Ignatz and Dorothea being like my backups for the 11 and 12 slots in the final map. But obviously, if there's an 11th unit, Dorothea takes precedence over Ignatz. Ignatz is very much an afterthought. Yeah. I cannot wait for Three Hopes this weekend. Can't wait for the my pre-ordered version to arrive on Friday, and we will stream it coming this Friday. Would recommend come and check it out. Follow if you want a notification for when we start. I have no idea what time we're starting on Friday.
Yeah. Wait, let me check when I work on Friday.
Okay. Should we figure out when we're starting now on stream?
Yeah. Why not?
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Oh, Friday I get off at 5 p.m.
And you don't work early. You don't work super early on Saturday.
Right? I work at 8:30, but that's 2.5 hours later than I normally have to go in.
Yeah.
So 2.5 hours more that I can sleep. So if I get off at 5 p.m., we could probably start 6 or 7.
Okay.
And then stream for a good chunk of hours.
Yeah.
And then I don't. Yeah. Okay, that's nice.
And I think Warriors would be a bit faster. I know Three Houses took us a really long time. I mean, we were playing it for a couple hours every other weekend.
And also, it was my first playthrough, and I was taking things really, really slow.
Yeah, and even the stuff that you took really slow, explores. Even I don't know if explores are in Three Hopes, but the stuff that are included in it, I know tea parties are in Three Hopes. I'm assuming training is or whatever. I will be the one playing through that, and I'm a bit faster than you are. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say so. The way I that one time I saw you pick up the controller and do an explore, it was insane compared to how I had been doing explores.
I remember when I accidentally saved over your Fire Emblem file because of the stupid drift on my controllers, which was so upsetting, and I felt so bad.
I promise you, I really did not care.
And then I speed ran the first 3 chapters for you. You were there, so that when I got different supports, you would be able to watch them. But I speed ran for you, and I got it done in less so quickly.
Yeah.
Granted, I played the game at that point 9 times.
Yeah.
Because I stopped playing for a long time, so I didn't finish my 10th run until not too long ago. Which, that 10th run, so I did make the mistake of, because it was still New Game Plus, I did focus very heavily on, even though it was maddening, on trying to master more classes and get more skills up that they didn't need up, instead of just going for really good builds. So the final map was rough. It was really rough, and it took me at least 20 tries. Where I would, there were points where I was just screw it, I'm just going to give Ingrid every boost I possibly can, and then warp her into the middle of all the enemies and just let her dodge tank everything with the Chalice of Beginnings.
How did that work?
She lasted a really long time, and then she just didn't have. I know I said that my Ingrid, I never have problems with her strength. I mean, granted, it's the final boss of the game. She just couldn't do enough damage against him, against her Edelgard, in order to do that, which was a shame. But I did get through it, and I beat it. It took striding my mounted units, and then needing to have Mercedes book it out of there before because it was I could beat the base map. It was the stupid same turn reinforcements that got me, every time, and it was just, I hate same turn reinforcements. Same turn reinforcements should burn in hell.
And kill themselves.
Don't say that. In a video game.
Sorry, probably in a video game. Probably shouldn't say that on Twitch.
Yeah.
Didn't really think about that.
Probably not, no. I'm so excited. It's gonna be so good. So, around 6 or 7, we'll be streaming Three Hopes. The spot will be up on the Twitch channel if anyone who's joined recently wants to see my tier list from earlier. I made 3. I did one for just ranking the characters in general. I ranked the roots, and then I did the Three Hopes designs. And again, we'll be streaming this Friday, probably around 6 or 7. Follow if you want a notification for when we're streaming. We'll be doing a Blue Lions run of Three Hopes, which is so interesting to me that Three Hopes also has roots. I'm excited to see how that plays out and how the different roots are different. Because it seems very Shez focused as opposed to the Lord focused, which I think will be really interesting. And I'm really excited to see how Byleth plays out and what the different characters have to offer in the new setting. Not new setting, but new scenario. And I'm really excited to see where Shez comes from and how Shez gets a part in the game and what this other god means. So,
yeah.
Gonna end stream there. Thank you to everyone who watched. And hopefully I'll see you on Friday.